Welcome into the Dice Dragons Guild. In this hall, we unite under one banner. Live by the die.
Die by the die.
All right.
These new dice are
Yep,
blessed.
that tracks. I am Izzi, your lore master for this day, evening. And with me today, I have...
Oh, hi. Hi, I'm Julia. I play Kethra Evermoon, a human Circle of the Moon druid, and I rolled a 19.
19.
Nice.
All right.
They're blessed.
Blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
Who's next?
Point to the next person.
Oh, yeah, we got to do that. We'll make him uncomfortable.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Adam. I play Eldon Strockhaven. He is a human Drake Warden Ranger.
We all forgot who we
I know,
were.
yep.
We can do
It's
this.
been weeks.
Over a month, and I rolled an 18.
There you go.
Oh, all right.
All right. Who's next?
Go across.
Okay.
See, I knew you were ready. Like, I saw the "don't choose me."
And so...
I'm Amanda. I play Iolite. She's an Earth Genasi Circle of Stars druid, and I rolled a 3.
A 3.
Yay! Wah, wah.
You're just a +2, right? Yeah, you are.
Yeah, just a +2.
Who do you choose?
Oh, you.
Oh, me. I'm Cuba. I play Ayla Myrea. She is a tiefling glamour bard, and I rolled a 14.
14.
Nice, respectable.
Then
Okay.
that guy.
Last but
Leaves
not
me.
least,
I'm Patrick. I play Kai. He's a Dampier Hexblade Warlock, and I rolled a 10.
There you go.
right,
Right
that's
in the middle,
not too
middle
bad.
of the road.
cool.
You still a +2?
+2.
All right. Well, I will...
Unless I
So-
went up to level 9.
Just kidding.
In the 6 weeks we weren't playing, we leveled
Yeah, we
up.
leveled up somehow. So
I
is it-
will let you all know that I rolled a 1. So you can feel better about that as the DM.
Is that right?
I'm still getting some decent juice out of the new Amanda die. It's not new now. It's like 2 months old.
Yeah.
But like
Eldon,
all my other stuff was rolling crap.
Kethra.
Oh, Eldon's
Ayla.
first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eldon, Kethra, Ayla,
Kai, me.
Kai, Iolite.
I know I'm at the bottom. That much I know.
But not all the way at the bottom.
Technically, she's at the bottom.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
I'm the bottom of the tree.
We are back at it. It has been 6 weeks or more, and it has been a long-ass 6 weeks. So we're a little rusty, but we're very happy to be here, escaping into our fantasy world. You can follow us for free on Patreon. We have over 70 patrons at the moment, which is very exciting. So you can come check us out. We will, as we play more, share more maps and more information and side things and all of that. You also can watch us on YouTube and be a subscriber there for free. And you'll find our after sessions. Our podcast is usually available early if you are a patron. And if not, it's out on Mondays on Spotify. For merch, I got nothing today. But we've got a bunch
there you
around the
go.
table that you can
You guys are
find.
twinsies, and you and I are twinsies.
It's a match game.
Yeah.
And you can find that on tinyurl.com/DDG merch, and all of that goes back into our production environment, I guess you could say, our minis, our cameras, which we are going to be upgrading again, and our maps and all kinds of fun stuff.
Is the T Public.
There's also TeePublic, yes. You can check out all of our links on our link tree as well. For music, we are happily using Monument Studios, Fantasy Plus, who we will hopefully be partnering with again very soon. I'll have more on that. Michael Gelfie Studios, Alexander Miller, aka the Boy King of Idaho, and Kevin McLeod in Compotech for our ambiance and our background music. Thank you to all of them for their royalty-free and readily available RPG music and sound effects. Links for all of those can be found in the show notes. Cons and events. I went to Aresia Boston and Captain Con this past month, and it was great. Really good time. You can, if you want to be following Adam Brink and the Sex Bunker Apocalypse series, We are on the cusp. Audible is very specific about things and how they are recorded. But we are on the cusp of releasing book 1, followed very soon by book 2, and then I will be editing book 3 of Sex Bunker Apocalypse, and then the second one, Spin the Throttle, and then finally it will be Handcuffed to Never. And then I have more announcements of voiceover work and narration that I'll be working on in the future, and I will release those as they become available. Check out The Compound. They are creating a Fae video game, and you should be checking that out. James and Jay Moores, the creator. So James DeMello of The Compound, Jay Moores, the creator of Fae, which I will show very quickly. This is the player guide. I apparently don't have the full rule book, but I will have it. So you can check this out. They're making the video game, and I will be involved in that. endeavor.
It's exciting.
I will put that in the show notes as well.
I'm gonna actually have to read that book.
I don't have the full player's guide. I thought I did, but I don't have it over there. So yes, check that out. And Captain Con was also fabulous, wonderful, great time. It's always a great time. I really enjoyed getting to watch another group of folks play Fae during that con. Possibly Total Con, February 20th through the 23rd. If I do go, it will be on Saturday, but you should check it out. It's in Marlborough, Massachusetts. And then Rising Phoenix Con is in April. I will not be able to go to that one, but check it out, 25th, 6th, and 7th of April. Anything else I'm forgetting?
Probably, but we can't think of it right now.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get started with our game.
Like, share, subscribe.
As the new day dawns, you find yourselves on the winding roads of the Edipodia region, an expanse of rolling hills and dense copses of trees that rise like wooden fortresses all around. The chill of the early morning summer is tempered. Early summer morning is tempered by the warm golden rays of Ina, whose light mingles with the brilliant white glow of Yol. Along the dirt road, you pass travelers of all shapes and sizes. Lizard folk traders guiding pack lizards, dragonborn guards walking in small patrols, and the occasional caravan carrying a mix of dwarves, half-elves, goblins, and everyone in between. The Adar keep watch at roadside stops, dragonborn scouts perched on sturdy wooden outposts, ensuring some measure of safety once the sun begins to sink and shadows stretch across the land. Even so, most folk you meet are cautious, traveling only when both suns light the sky. Tales of prowling beasts and lurking monsters at night are enough to keep wagons and footsteps close to these daylight hours. The pace is steady, the clop of your mount's hooves blending with the muted rustle of wind through the tall grass. Now and then you glimpse movement at the edges of the forest, perhaps animals stirring, or something more elusive lurking just out of sight. Twice, a patrol of Adar soldiers saluted as you passed, their scaled hands gripping spears and crossbows. They seem vigilant, if a little tense, wary of whatever this vibrant land might hide beyond the well-traveled roads. As your journey continues northward, time stretches out before you like the rolling hills themselves. Each mile presents new sights and new potential dangers. Our scene opens here on this sunlit day, the pair of suns shining overhead. So I'm going to throw it out to you all to get you all back into it. Is how are you feeling? How are you passing the time on your steeds? And I will remind you, Kethra riding a black horse named Roger. Eldon on a brown and white steed named Patches. Ayla on a chestnut brown with white named Estrella. Iolite chose a gray with a gray, I don't know if it's a mare or not, with black mane and tail named Granite. And Kai in the closet. But your all white, beautiful steed named Snowflake being chauffeured along by the rest. How's everyone feeling? Who wants to go first?
How many days out we are?
It's just kind of time is going. It's been a day or two maybe. I'm gonna have you make a roll to see what happens over this time.
And how long did we anticipate this journey was going to be?
It's gonna be probably about 11 or so days to get to a crossroads where you can continue either basically where Eldon will need to make a choice. The choice could be made before that. You don't have to stay on the road, but it would probably be about 10 or 11 days if all goes well and travel goes well, for you to reach the split, to either go northward to the Tower of Esperance or more westward to Walgrove.
And the X was on the map somewhere in that area too?
Continuing on, which direction am I going? I'm going here. To the west of Walgrove, there is, right about here, I believe, is where the marking is.
Okay.
And it appears that past the village and up is a path
Into the hole?
into the hole.
Nice.
Can you tell I made that?
Past the hole, actually. You got to go around the hole. So.
Just at first, before you go in. I mean, you have to,
Just-
scout the area.
My mind is plunged.
I know, I just had to bite my tongue so hard.
Mission accomplished.
Ayla is, she's picked some fresh wild strawberries, so she's eating on her horse, of course.
On a horse? That's an horse.
And she's just taking it in. She's humming a tune, multiple tunes. Like, I guess she's like the group radio, but she's doing it for herself and not really noticing
Isla's
if
our own
anyone else
XM
is,
radio.
like, just humming
She's
along.
Bendrick feet.
She's,
Our Spotify playlist. Thank you.
I mean, if not, all you hear is.
Yeah.
So, and she's just, like I said, taking it all in, and then just really confused by how tense everybody in this part of the world seems to be as compared to Yamari Island, where you would be on the road and people would be like, hey, and just Hawaiian t-shirts and just chilling, where people here are like, meh.
And as you go, Ayla, even as you see that and people, I mean, they're friendly enough when they pass, the Adar that you see every once in a while.
There's just that more stiffness
Yeah,
to
people are
than-
stiff.
It's not very cheeseburger in paradise.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. This is Margaritaville. This is not.
But you do
left.
know why, because
Right.
when you're walking, you will even hear sometimes sounds happening out, a scream, or it could be a person, it could be an animal. Like, there are things out there living their lives, and oftentimes are taking the lives of others. It's the circle of life, and so everyone stops and listens, and Eldon especially would be on high alert, having walked through this before. So you, even as the time goes, your relaxation will start to wear away, because it's only natural that it would. But
Well, I brought booze. No, it's in the closet.
No, I got
We might
booze.
want to open the closet at some point and check on it. No?
Probably. I'll let him stew for a while.
I don't know. Well, it's been a couple days.
You don't need to
Air it
breathe,
out.
right?
Air it
Stewing.
out. Just It's just like
Yes.
a cartoon, that green.
He's been farting in there so much.
You might not need to breathe. But
Thankfully.
that gut help is still key.
We'll throw in some probiotic-rich food in there for him.
Prunes. All right, who's
And
going
you made
next?
sure you had a bucket last time. You should be fine.
He's gonna wish for a toilet in there, sir.
Who's going next?
On the shitting note, Kethra would most likely just be thinking that you go, "Hey, Ayla, shut up.
Eh?
I appreciate the singing, but please shut up."
Did not realize I was singing.
Oh, you have been the whole time. And she's just kind of very cautious, looking around for everything. She's like, "I can't hear everything, so shut the fuck up." Right? And she's just, I have whatever you fucking call Kai to me in my fucking bag. This is turning into a shit show. That's all she's thinking. This is a shit show. I hope I don't die. As the host is going, she's like, "Fuck this shit."
Just a mantra.
Yeah, pretty much. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. And that's basically her the whole time. She's like, I don't want to fucking die here.
On the way back to the place that you spent so long trying to get away from.
Exactly. She's like, I don't want to be here.
Maybe not directly, but heading in that direction.
Yeah, and with every step she gets closer to heading closer to the Devenian border. She's like, no, I don't want to do this. I want to have as much time, much space between my dad and myself as possible. And I'm walking right back into it. Like a dumbass. But that's just Kethra's mindset. You're a fucking idiot, Kethra. That's what she's saying to herself. You're a goddamn idiot.
So you have the calm, well, not forced, but soon slowly eroding relaxation of Ayla and the immediate tense body of Kethra on the horse. Who's going next?
Like you said before, Eldon would definitely be on high alert, trying to just keep his head on a swivel. He would be riding close, side by side or closer. I'm assuming that we're, like, if we're riding 2 by 2, or there's only 4 of us at the.
I mean, I'm sure you'd switch it up.
He would
This
point
time.
out any like interesting animals or anything to Iolite as we go. You know, the griffin flies and all that stuff that we've talked about. Just any cool little thing he sees.
That is a raccoon.
Wearing a wig.
In an alternate universe,
In my land, we call that a trash panda.
Now that I look again, it looks like a weave.
but his mind would also be on a couple things. Obviously, the boy that he killed, the words from the woman, and the couple nights that Eldon and Iolite stayed in that inn while the others went into the town.
Okay.
Iolite is definitely on alert too, but not as like productively as the other two, I think, where she's sort of just like nervous and doesn't know what to do with that energy. So she's kind of like, I don't know, in Kethra's head, like, so Kethra, like, how's it going?
She's like, Iolite?
Yeah.
She just turns
okay.
around.
Because Catherine's thinking, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. And she's like, oh, hi.
Is it a telepathic connection that they have with those, or do they have to talk into the stones?
I believe it's.
Pretty sure it's telepathic.
Yeah, it's just telepathic as long as the two of them have it.
Oh, okay.
It
For
has
some
to be
reason I thought they had to
druids.
talk into the stone. Like,
That's the
Usually you
cantrip
do.
whisper, where like
No, even with sending stones, usually.
remember,
you'll-
somebody made a joke about them being like Rocky talkies.
Yeah.
And that's what I had imagined, is that you guys were like over.
I think that was the stone that we had with Stoneforge.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Alright.
typically, but the one that they have, as long as they're druids, they can
Okay,
they can
cool.
do it. Yep.
It's because I was gonna say it would be really awkward if they were just talking into the rocks.
And they're leaning
Eldon's
away
like,
from each
"What
other.
the fuck?"
And Eldon's like, should I be here? In this?
All right.
Yeah, and taking in everything Eldon is showing her, and then asking him things like, would you rather fight a elephant-sized horse or 50 little tiny horses?
Shrimp-sized horse.
Shrimp-sized horses.
Shrimp size.
Like cocktail shrimp, not jumbo shrimp.
Definitely the 50. They
Yeah,
just step on
they
them.
could swarm.
We could. Just swat them.
I don't know. You're awfully confident about that.
Yep.
Kethra,
Yep.
same question.
Oh, I'll go for the big one.
The big one. See?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you wild shape
Oh, hell yeah.
into another big horse? A bigger horse?
Probably, yeah. Then I just hoof stomp the fuck out of him.
Nice.
Sounds like fun.
What about you, Ayla?
That's a good question. I do wonder how the seafood is here. What was the question?
Never
Everyone's
mind.
about to go, what?
And we have a sending stone that is with Maury. Is that right?
To contact Maury.
Who has it? Do I have it?
Whoever wants it, you can have it.
I
I feel like I
it
would
would make
probably
sense.
have
Yeah, I
it.
think he gave it to you when you
He
had a
left it
conversation.
in your quarters at the Gilded
Oh.
Goblet, so it's really whoever wants it.
I think I have it kind of in my pocket or like my pouch, not mixed in with all my other stones, a separate pouch, and kind of keep touching it and sort of thinking about saying something in it until eventually I think she would. Eventually.
unbeknownst to you, touching it activates it. So Maury's just sitting there. It's like, yes. Go ahead. I'm here.
You just button
Just
Hello?
crackling.
Hello?
Yeah. You just button out the word. You just
I'm sorry, what?
You're breaking up.
They're a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Did you say that she would reach out?
Yeah, I mean, are we like Are we going through the night? Are we like camping out at night? I imagine.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have you all do like somebody's gonna roll a d4 so that we can see what happens over the course of like an 8-day period. But there are stopovers that you can. They're just roadside. Like there's not a lot of space in some of them, and then outside people will camp if they need to. It's more that there are Adar there. Majority of the Adar military are going to be Dragonborn who have their natural breath weapon ability and you know, are able to help deter creatures from coming close to this area. So even if you can't sleep inside of the little roadside stops, you can be in the camping where other folks are. So, you know, just as you're traveling, you can stop at inns or the watering holes, basically.
Are they like little kind of like western towns, essentially? Just
Not even that big.
4 or 5 buildings set
Yeah.
up on the side of the road?
Yeah, I would say that would be on the bigger side. These are really meant to get you like quickly from one place to the next. There'll be a stable, and then, yeah, you don't really want to.
Oh, now I'm picturing the little stables in the Zelda game and the Breath of the Wild. And
Yeah, they're very simple. If you want to go like further out away, there's going to be villages and stuff out in that whole region. But in terms of like the main road to get up to the pass and the jaws and everything, that's most people just stay where they're at unless you really need to go into the city. The Myers are a completely different style of living, and you know, maybe your merchants will go over there, but that's a lot of work. People kind of stay on one side of the mountains or the other for the most part.
Yeah, I think at one point when are stopped over somewhere, she's going to try to contact him through there just
Okay.
to check in.
What would she say?
so don't be mad. But
Don't
You
be mad.
have 25 words, so it
Prob-
doesn't have to be anything.
Oh, okay. Is it like you just get one shot at 25 words? Okay.
What you doing?
Just checking in, wondering where you are. Tell Desi I say hi. And bye, thanks.
Shit has hit fan.
I'm not going to
Sorry.
tell that. He's going to be so mad I don't tell him yet. He'll find out eventually.
Kai in closet.
You hear nothing back. Kai, how are you doing?
So it's been a few days. He's in basically an 8x8 cell.
Oh my god.
Just stinking up the closet, huh?
It's a coffin.
Ugh.
His
You're like
nails are this
Dracula.
long
Yep.
now.
This is his own personal tomb. So he started doing that. I don't know if anyone ever seen people in solitary confinement. They start
Doing a lot of
doing
pull-ups.
this like walking back and forth in a very small confined area, and then as he's actually now starting to walk on the walls, just continuously walking.
There's going to be a path run across
It-
every
it's like-
single surface of him walking across it.
The suicide cycles in the circus, how they just
yeah.
that's him. He's just no rhyme or reason walking, and he has that book in his hands, and he is constantly just reading it and rereading and thinking of the history that he was taught versus the history that the world is being taught, and he is just trying to make sense of what he's reading versus what he thought to be true, going a little stir crazy.
At some point, we will check on him, I imagine, during that time. At least, like, what? I mean, maybe Eldon doesn't want to, but
He doesn't know if he's been in there for a day, 2 days, a year. Time, there's no light or darkness. He can see, but there's no day-night cycle. So if he sleeps, he doesn't know if he's slept for 10 minutes, 10 hours, a day.
Kai's in the hole.
but we would be far enough at a certain point. It would be safe to like let him out for a minute.
Well, I'm sure that he's like gotten yard time.
I was gonna say, yeah.
We let him out to run.
Did we
for a
agree
bit.
a certain amount of miles distance of like letting him out? Like,
You know, give or take, that if based off of how fast it looked like the creature walks, it can traverse approximately 48 miles in a 24-hour period, because it does not sleep. So, you know, that all depends on what's in its way. It does not appear to move out of the way of living creatures, but should, you know, a rock be in its way or a hole, it's probably going to walk around or above, or, you know, it
so we can let you out after we find a gorge and figure out how to cross it.
So Kai, in the whole closet, it's an interesting experience, because when you kind of look into the closet where the things are, you can see with your devil's sight, you can see, but beyond it doesn't follow any kind of physics. It's like you're walking on walls that aren't there. There is a void, and if you turn away from and face away from the closet contents, it is black. There is nothing to see. Where Devil's Sight will like let you see through magical darkness or non-magical darkness, this isn't darkness. There just is nothing there.
Just nothing.
So it is very easy to get lost in that, especially as your dreams have been this over and over and over again.
Does he walk straight and hit a wall even though there is no wall, or does he just like walk endlessly and then turn around and like the contents of the closet are exactly behind him where they were before?
Both. If you can say like vision I'm going to walk up the wall now, and then you do. There's no reality that makes sense about the space that he's in.
Picturing it's just really a black void. If he's not looking directly at the things. It's just a black void, so he's just walking in nothingness as he's walking up and around, and unless he's directly looking at the items, he doesn't really know which way is up, down, left, right.
And the book that you have, Blood and Thrones, a comprehensive chronicle of the nobles and politics of Devenia, Medea, Aprana, and the Dre Stella, was written in 1418 by Master Caliph Drenvor, which, on your occasion to be out of the closet, that name would be familiar to Eldon, as Master Caliph Drenvor is
He's the
Master.
keeper of the
Oops.
Eldon would know that he's the keeper of the archives.
The Master of Lore. Yep. The Keeper of the Archives, a researcher. That was their specialty.
Were they a keeper?
They are a keeper, yeah. They're one of the masters. And a couple of specific, at least to you, Kai, sections stand out. As you know, books are not written and on mass and like sent out. Some are, but the majority of books are, there's 1 or 2 copies, and they might be passed around to different libraries at any given time. And so there's a couple of passages that stand out to you and that you just keep reading over and over again. One of which is, by cross-referencing several eyewitness accounts, chiefly among servants of the royal household and individuals stationed at the palace gates, I have uncovered intriguing, albeit unsubstantiated evidence regarding Lady Rebecca Morningstar's personal affairs in the weeks leading to that fateful night. That fateful night, of course, being the royal eclipse, which was the night of Kai and Mallory's birth. While Rebecca's impending nuptials to Lord Michael, I keep saying Mikhail. Is it Michael? Michael Corvus.
Well, in this guy's accent, it's Mikhail.
Mikhail Corvus
It's just that funny spelling.
were well known, and indeed scheduled for the very evening of the tragedy. At least 1 guard and 2 attendants have quietly alluded to her alleged nocturnal sojourns. These rumors suggest that Lady Rebecca may have taken a secret lover. However, their accounts differ as to who this individual might have been, and no verifiable testimony has come to light. Later on in the passages describing the night of your birth, there's another paragraph that stands out. The warrior credited with neutralizing the vampire that night was Nicholas Morningstar, Rebecca's brother. He fell in battle, succumbing to mortal wounds. Some circles fervently claim that the vampire responsible for the massacre was a being named Azura, though I have yet to confirm the creature's origins. Whispers within the more clandestine enclaves of Devenia and Medea speculate that another vampire arose soon afterward to fill the void left by Azura's demise, perpetuating the grim rumor that vampiric forces continue to weave themselves into the fabric of noble society. And these stand out mostly because, as you have always been taught, there are no vampires in Devenia. But Master Drenvor wouldn't be beholden to the politics of Devenian nobility, and so could write what he found.
And Kai, being who he is, has always been like, are there none? I mean, he's here.
Right. And now there's a name that you've never heard before. No one's ever said Azura. It's a name that is associated with someone who's no longer here, if what Drenvor writes is correct, but it's a name nonetheless. And from, speaking the name of Master Calith Drenvor aloud, and sharing that information, Eldon would know this. Drenvor is the Master of Lore. This is what they do. This is what he does. His whole entire job is studying ancient texts, preserving history. More specifically, his job is surrounding the legends of Vascan Veterix, but your job and your passion can overlap, and it seems as though he has other interests besides just this one legend that he's been tasked with overseeing. He is a seeker of truth. He's known to be trustworthy and is on the council. So, very well respected. Who wants to roll a d4 to see what
You get the
happens?
highest, right?
Oh, yeah, there you go. We're getting that started again. Highest roll.
That's a 1. Okay. I don't know if that's good. Don't know if it's bad. But about to find out.
We'll say a couple days into your travels, and again, whether you come out of that's totally up to you. Coming out of the closet, I'm completely
Come
neutral.
on out, Kai.
Kai, here's some ham.
Just Napoleon Dynamite reference. God, eat your damn ham. Tina, come have your dinner.
Yeah, you putting a couple of days. You know that again, it can travel in a full 24-hour period. So if you were to stay out of the plane, the pocket plane, it would catch up to you in less than 2 days. But if it's only for little stretches at a time, then you should be fine.
I think we'd leave it at Kai's discretion. How long he's out.
Did it move when he was in, but the door was open? Like, when he was inside the closet, but the door was still open? I can't remember.
Why don't you make a retro investigation check?
16.
You noticed while, let's say, going back in time, Kai falls backwards into the closet door, and the creature stops moving. You kind of rode around it for a split second before you all went off, just giving yourselves a minute to look at it. It seemed to be vibrating at a very fast speed. Almost like...
Breaking it.
Yeah, well...
You can smell him, but I can't sense him.
Like if you picture any fairly recent horror movie where the monster is kind of if you were to stand and look right at it, you would see it vibrating like a sci-fi alien kind of thing, just vibrating. Like it's...
Picturing the Flash when he vibrates through walls.
Yeah, it's very subtle. You might not notice it if you were several feet away, but stepping kind of up or getting closer to it to take a look, you would have seen that it was not perfectly still. It was moving, but almost like it wasn't sure which way to go. But it's not like it's standing in place and just not moving at all.
Okay.
Yeah, it's rubbing its non-existent chin.
Which make an intelligence check, both of you, Ayla and Eldon, as you trotting along, talking about what you saw.
No, that one's a 2.
Where's my
Couldn't have
intelligence?
3 good rolls
15.
in a row.
15. So Eldon, just describing the vibration, because you were the one who kind of rode around it very quickly before heading off into along the road. Ayla, thinking about that, and just a thought that crosses your mind is almost like it's as if it's searching. And one thing that just lingers in the back of your mind is it searching, and could it find if given enough time? Is it just that in that moment it doesn't know where to go? But given enough time it would.
It's like connecting to Bluetooth. Like it's really trying.
Sort of like the wheels.
Yeah.
Spinning.
Pinwheel of death.
And that's a little bit disturbing, but you can't be sure that that's what really is happening.
But once we shut the door, that vibration stopped. Oh, the vibration stayed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you closed the door pretty quickly.
Okay, that's not good.
I mean, if it slows to a crawl,
Yeah, but it's still in active search mode.
well, you know what? The further away from Wi-Fi, the harder it is for it to connect.
Gotta cut the wire. Unplug.
So Kai, your group is, we'll say, you're walking along. Let's see what the weather's like. I'm just gonna say what the weather's like. A light drizzle.
Why is
on
it always
this
fucking
day.
raining? It's always raining.
Always raining.
It's early summer in New England. There's a very light breeze, and yeah, a slight drizzle, kind of peeking through the clouds. You can still see the suns. And one thing that you notice, Iolite, as you had noticed it before, and you're always looking at rocks and natural formations. You all stop on the side of the main road and looking out into the woods as you go pee or something. You pop a squat and then look in and you're like, huh. And off to the side you see a cairn of stones that are stacked up.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time that you saw one of these,
I found drugs.
you found drugs.
It's a drug cairn.
So as you hike up your pants and head over to the cairn, you
Taking a
notice
bush wee.
within a few feet of it is another bag.
More drugs!
Ooh,
Yay!
Oh shit.
It's going to be a lit ride tonight.
So you grab that bag and open it up, and you see these.
Just imagine I like. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Right?
Gonna be a good
The
night.
drugs are working.
It's a smaller pouch this time. It's not like a bigger one where before you had the reverie sticks, which are like, sticks that you break and sniff. Mm-hmm. These are, when you open it, it doesn't really look like much. It almost looks like herbs, but when you smell it, it has a very earthy smell to it.
Oh, skunky.
Yeah.
Skunky.
Like these thin slivers.
She gave me that today. Go ahead and smell that. It's gonna smell like this.
Is this something that's gonna demonetize this video?
Nope.
No. I will read what
It's
it is.
tea, not drugs.
Oh, okay.
No, I will actually read what it is because I got this at Aresia Con.
As soon as you said
Hazelnuts,
earthy, I was
that's
like,
what
that's
it
what it's gonna smell like. Tell me that doesn't smell like the good stuff. The good Kush.
I'll do a little shout out
The stickiest of the icky.
to teaandabsinthe.com for their beautiful tea, The Road So Far, which is black tea with hazelnuts flavoring, blackberries, and blackberry leaves. And it is a black tea with strong maple and blackberry notes and reminiscent of warm forests and old magic. Baby would approve.
I can smell it from here.
Yeah, no,
literally.
it's
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I can smell
Have you
it.
tried it yet? Or did you just
No,
get
no,
it?
she just gave it to me today.
Do you
I had
have
to-
something for like
smell really
loose
good.
tea? Like a
I have a steeper, but it's like broken. Like I always end up having to skim a whole bunch of the tea out. Sucks. I have to get a new one.
I got a Death Star one that she gave me.
Oh.
It's like a little TIE fighter attached to the end of the chain.
I love it.
I need a little.
Need a little hit.
Need a little hit.
Need a little.
Need a little hit of that tea.
You bring it back to the group.
Really got it.
This is
the good stuff.
That's bringing me back because she, when we first met, she got me a tea from that Tivania store or whatever it was called.
Yeah, went out of business.
Yeah, and it was like the best tea. It was like a huge thing of it. It was like some sort of special
they
blend.
had nice
And it was
ones.
delicious. I think I still have that tin 12 years later. I will every once in a while
Just huff it.
yeah, it's still there, it's still there. Oh.
There's just something really comforting about like the smell of the tea.
Yeah. You bring the little pouch back over. There's no note with it this time. The last time there was a note that was very threatening to whoever was supposed to pick up the bag, but no note. Very similar setup, and you bring it over to the group. Eldon, you can make a, what would it be? I'll say history, nature, survival. One of those three.
History. 11 plus 3. 14.
You know this one. More specifically, you know of it. You've never done it because, of course, not. Keeper. Keeper.
We're straight edge.
Straight edge.
This is called Dream Flake.
Oh,
Ooh. Sounds fun.
And it is a little, they come in these little slivers of dry, it's fungus. It's a dried fungus. And they're these just little slivers.
Always
that
a
you-
fungus. It's always a fungus that'll fuck you up the
Shrooms.
worst.
Yep. When you place it between your cheek and gum, it induces hallucinations and euphoria. When
fun
smoked,
time.
I was gonna say it's
we
a
call that
dip.
fun time snuff pouch.
I was gonna say, I was like, it's a dip pouch, but like a.
The sin. We call it the sin zin. Go ahead, throw that right in. It's a good time.
when it's smoked, the user enters an extremely vivid waking dream, which can last for hours.
That's DMT.
Extended use blackens the teeth, which is how you can tell people who have done it. More so when I say people, I mean like actual humans, dwarves, like the reptilian. So blacken the teeth, and you can have more bad trips the more often you do it. It is addictive.
Oh, so it's got that meth-like issue.
And for reptilians, especially, so lizard folk, dragon born, Yuan Ti, like the people of this region, they can have a very bad reaction that very instantly, quickly can lead to death. It can go really well, or for them specifically, it just reacts with their body chemistry differently, and so it is banned in the cities. Obviously, people do it. They have no control over what happens in the hills, but because it is very,
Hear that banjo?
yeah, it's detrimental.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's
Ding,
banned in
ding,
the
ding,
Emporian cities.
Well, I told you all that.
You can make a Iolite, Eldon.
We're
You
gonna
can
trip.
make an investigation
We're gonna-
check
We're gonna trip
of the
together.
pouch.
Both of us?
Yeah, of the pouch. Yeah.
You said investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Straight 11.
3 again.
Oh,
You notice some notches that are kind of like carved, or what's the word I'm looking for? Like little nicks in the leather of this pouch. And something seems familiar about them, but you really don't. You're not sure.
do they look like claw marks?
No, they look like they've been intentionally, like it's a sigil of some kind, and it looks familiar, but you're not entirely sure.
What does the sigil look like? Anything in particular? Is it like a triangle or like something that is like at all identifiable as something?
You kind of like turn it over, and you're looking at it from different angles, and it's just not clicking. But you know you've seen it before.
Well, that'll be fun for later.
Yeah, you think we should try it?
Not while we're on the road.
Perhaps Kai would like some.
Oh my god. The void will talk back.
He
will stare
needs
into
someone
the
to
void,
talk
and
to.
Oh
The
my
void will stare
God.
back at him.
The guy who's haunted by dreams
can't
as it
think-
is. Put him
As somebody who has had like a bad experience, like I can't think of anything worse than that. Just locked in a dark closet that goes on forever yet never goes anywhere, and then just tripping balls.
He's just sitting there like, what have I done in my life that led me to this? Well, you know.
See, it's not that. It's more like from, what is it, Anchorman? Like, I'm in a glass case of emotion. It's more like that. It's horrifying.
All right. As this, you get back to the road, we'll say that, the next stop is coming up. Is there anything in particular you want to do,
At the next stop, or before we get there?
generally?
I'm thinking at the next stop we can let Kai out and have some dinner.
maybe do a drug.
And maybe do a drug.
Ooh, we're doing drugs tonight. Yay!
Okay. So you get to this really kind of no-name stop on the side of the road. And
Is
kind of,
it like a tavern setup almost? Like they have
Most of
like,
the
like a
time.
small inn or something?
yeah.
So we
It's
can get
usually-
like food. We can get like
yes.
food and stuff.
You can get food. It's usually full in terms of like rooms, but there's always camps on the outsides of them.
We have camping gear if it's full, right? We bought tents and shit.
Yeah, we have everything we need.
Is there anything in particular you want to do? Any scenes? It has been a day since you sent the message to Mori. You have not received anything in return.
I think I'm going to. You can do it once a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
That has been on my mind constantly for the last 24 hours, so I think I will kind of try to. We're all close together, but if there's a opportunity to sort of have a moment to the side myself, just to kind of like try again, I think.
Okay. Roll a D100.
What are you trying to call Mori again? Is that
Yeah.
what you're doing?
Is there like a distance limit on those?
No.
Okay. So something's just wrong. So I should be concerned. Is this right? Yeah. $15? 10, 5? Yeah,
Yeah.
15. That's low.
So you send another message. Off in the side, kind of corners, staring at this little stone. Your hand's getting a little bit sweaty, waiting. You let yourself look around in this space. It's starting to get dark. The suns are staying up longer as the days are getting longer here. Summer is on its way. We'll say it's probably like the 16th of celebration by now, maybe rolling into the 17th. Actually, it's the 17th, rolling into the 18th. People are starting to be able to wear less during the day, but the nights are still a little bit cold. And you let your eyes wander on the various folks walking by, seeing Kai step out of the closet looking more sallow than normal, kind of wondering how long you'll be able to keep that up. And then you hear in your mind from the stone the familiar voice of Mori, who says, apologies, we've been quite busy. Desi is indisposed, but well. Things are going well. See you soon.
Are we actively going to where they went? Is that, or are we going somewhere else?
Eventually.
You're going in the same direction.
They just left like ahead of us.
They left ahead of you, and they're going to the city. So, like, they don't have any stopovers.
Where are they going?
They're headed all the way up to Rilsk, the
Oh,
big
it's
red
way up
city
there.
up. But they, have no.
Not stopping.
They have nothing weighing them down. They've got money. They have a destination. They're trying to find more information about Maury had explained that they have contacts that they can speak to, who have been finding out information about what they're searching for. So they have a direct path.
Well,
Would something like that, like, do I get a response to him, or is it like you get one?
It's
Was that
one.
his response to me? So
That
that
was
was
his
like the
response
one.
to you, yeah.
Okay. Got it.
you can stretch your legs for a bit, have some food. We're gonna have to put you back in there at night because it's not a good idea. Otherwise, we knew he got that book, right? Or did we not know what his wish was?
I mean, it's been days of, yeah, you would have seen
Wherever
the
the
book
book.
appear, because you would have been watching Kai. The book appears, and also you have to say the words out loud for the wish to happen. So, and then he has shared with you all
okay.
information.
So this isn't the first time we've let him out.
I've
I
been
would think
assuming
you
not,
would-
because it's been like 3 days.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
let him out, but
Maybe like once a day, I would think, for at
I
least.
feel like we're forgetting something. Guy!
We do have to let him out to pee and stuff. It's like letting your old dog out.
He's just
Come on, boy.
He's literally staring at the knob.
Like I said, he doesn't need to breathe, but that got help.
I mean, you have prestidigitation. You know, that's
so you could just pee all over yourself and clean it out.
They said they did with,
I'm sure that's what he's been doing.
Isn't that what they did with Harry Potter?
The
or whatever,
wizards before they had
toilets or whatever?
plumbing, yeah.
They just shat themselves and just snapped it away.
That is straight from J.K. Rowling. That is
Okay.
not a fan-made theory. That is
Should've
she said.
made us look
Just
That is
because
what
you
happened.
can doesn't mean you should. So, yes, you take a break. Kai is allowed to go. I mean, if you've been traveling, we'll say for 3 days. Like I said, it would take it 2 days to get to. If you stay, like if you've got time. You got time.
Eldon's only worry would be that thing would be traveling roughly the path that the
Yes.
road that we're taking. So any of these Adar or like the patrols would be like, what the fuck is this? And then just exploding when they touch it.
There is always a chance. The road is
This is my
winding.
homeland.
Well, you know what?
They're not
Don't
gonna
touch a
touch
headless
it.
monster.
Yeah, they're not going to touch it.
It's very likely that it's probably going through trees and whatnot, so animals and people who are in the way, yeah. But
More trash
it's not
pandas
like
getting
animals,
angry.
but I don't care about the guards.
It goes right through
not-
a baby deer, like a baby deer fawn little nest.
Then now I have a
Bunny
problem with
nest.
it.
Yeah.
It's not likely traveling, along the road, if that makes you feel better.
Yeah, that's right. Because you had said a while ago that it just takes the straightest line. No
It's
matter
going to take
what.
the straightest route. Yeah.
So even hypothetically, if we were going like around it would just drop down and come all the way back up.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah. I mean, if there's like a cavern, it's probably not going to just drop into the cavern, but it's going to go the most direct route to you.
So, can you feel it? Clearly, it feels you. I did not know if it worked both directions.
no, I think it feels the necklace.
You haven't tried taking that off again, right?
Didn't work out the last time I tried.
Just double checking.
We didn't talk about you trying to take it off inside the thing, right?
No, he
Like
hasn't
in
tried.
the game. Okay.
Has Kai tried to take it off inside of the closet?
I think, well, I guess if he was frustrated, going crazy, reading the book, he would have at least, like, done it to that point where you said it felt like
The zipper.
it was starting to, like, pull
Tug
him.
on you.
Yeah. So he'd probably do that again just as a... Nope, still there.
Yeah.
Cut
And you would have
myself so I
felt
could
it.
feel the pain.
In that moment, as you flash back to it, of putting the book down and then pulling and almost going a little bit too fast and feeling it wasn't quite pain. It was just more of it's still there. There's a tug and a natural tug. And even as you went to do it and you pulled and you felt that tug, you also heard a whisper that said no in your mind of her voice
Oh.
that just said no.
It's not coming off.
Well, one problem at a time. Let's get plenty of distance and then figure that shit out. I don't think there's much here. Seems to be stables and a little bit of food. Is there anything else we can get you before we throw you back in?
Food would be nice.
Get this man lots of food.
I was gonna say Eldon would probably be already inside, trying to like get whatever kind of food and provisions and stuff we could get.
Okay.
Come back like waiter style with like plates.
I found these red berries that are really good. She's never had strawberries before.
Don't. She thinks they're strawberries. They're not. Don't they?
I don't know what they are.
The keepers use them when you get bound. Don't eat those.
She gotta have the shits like.
Wait, do strawberries give you the shits?
They're not strawberries.
They look like strawberries,
They
but
look
they're
like
not
them,
strawberries.
but they're not.
They're go-berries.
Let's see. For food, we'll say you got Inferno venison stew here.
Fuck yeah, that sounds.
A hearty
Sounds
dish
good.
spiked
Sounds
with
pretty good
local
right now.
fire fruit for a spicy kick.
I want to make that.
Yeah, make it.
Eldon will literally
Yum.
take like everyone's order basically, and he'll go in and get all the food.
Okay.
Unless
On-
everybody wants me to make just snap decisions.
On your way back out, you have way too much in your hands to stop, but you do hear these a couple of drunk folks there that are talking about how they saw a dragon-like shadow flying over the Vastgan Mountains. Could be nothing. They're just talking. Not the first time you've heard weird rumors.
Speaking of dragons, I don't think I unsummoned Theratrix back when we left. So
Yeah, no.
he'd be like kind of under orders to like fly up as high as he can to keep as small a profile as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like small enough to if you looked up, you'd assume it's a bird or something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
And there are plenty of trees to hang out in as
Yeah.
well. So wherever to stay.
Do you have a
hidden.
flying limit for height?
No.
I just can't ride him, or can't like carry too much weight. But yeah, he just stays out of sight. Try to be as unobtrusive as possible.
He's been very quiet as well. Ever since you showed him the vision, the memory vessel, he's been fairly contemplative on his own accord, kind of not saying much. Besides what he had told you, which is that you're going to have to, just because it was there doesn't mean it's true, kind of. You know, everybody has their own opinions.
So perhaps I'm an ignorant traveler here, but is everyone here outside the city is always so on edge and stuck up? Is that the right word? Everyone seems slightly, a lot, maybe, overwhelmed, as I've noticed on this road over the last several days.
The world's a dangerous place, Ayla. I know you were on that island your whole life, and when things went south with the Guardians, you know the feeling when we were traveling, and we didn't know what was going to happen? Those aberrations, those creatures could jump out at us at any moment. That's how everybody else lives all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
That sucks.
It's a matter of perspective. I mean, we're all pretty much used to it.
My sympathies.
You miss home?
Of course. I mean, who would not? It is paradise. It is nice here. I mean, what's the landscape look like? Like New Englandy?
It's a lot of hills and forests. You can't really see far. If you go up on the top of a hill, you might be able to see it. But yeah, it's more like New Englandy. Very rocky, hilly trees, deciduous trees.
It is nice, rocky and hilly. These red berries are pretty delicious.
Eldon's gonna laugh. I'm just hoping that you use that against him at some point in the middle of battle.
Grabs the back of her tail and runs. No.
Make a constitution check.
Yeah, I'm taking it all in, as you would say.
In most places, cities are safe, but in between them.
Well, the people in the city did seem more relaxed.
High walls and lots of guards. We'll do that. Out here, you have to know what you're doing.
Oh, it's a good thing we know what we're doing.
Good thing.
Eldon's eyebrows are like, oh, okay.
Speaking of which, how many more days until we get to wherever the hell it is we're going?
Probably another 6, 5.
5 or 6 to get to. Well, it
Walgrove?
could be between 5 and 8, depending, to get to the crossroads. Then it's another 5 or 6 to get to the tower, if that's where you choose to go.
Just so we're going to the tower before we meet up with Mori. Is that
Mori is up.
right? But
Yeah, Mori is already...
Mori is.
So
we
we're
also
going-
don't know if we're going to the tower.
so I guess that's what I'm asking: if we're going to the tower, the hole, or Mori.
You don't know.
We don't know
You
yet.
haven't made a decision yet.
We have to reach the crossroads first. And cross them.
Okay. So,
Another 5, 6, 7 days, depending.
and then we decide where to go from there.
Yeah, I think we'll stop off at Walgrove either way. It's an interesting little town.
Good. We look forward to it. How come I have not seen any more of these keepers along the road? I thought you people patrol all of this land.
Usually they stick to the mountains and towns. But there's not that many of us. That's why you see so many of the Adar. So we can only be so many places at once.
Oh.
But as we get into the mountains, you'll see the Adar patrols lessen, and we'll see more of my people.
And you're known to them, I assume. We should avoid eye contact.
You know, I'm just an initiate, so I wouldn't say I'm exactly the most well known, but
You're the most well-known that I know.
but
I'm sure Theratrix might be a dead giveaway of who you are.
yeah. We'll cross that road when we get to it too. Yeah.
Well, let's keep our badges nice and shiny. They seem to have worked so far.
Stop passing out plates of the food. The venison's really good.
Kai just like snatches it.
He eats like that gif that you put of the beast.
Do we have to like sneak off in a corner and give him some blood? Like that was like the problem on the boat, right? Like he
we
needed
haven't done
blood, or he
blood.
was gonna
Well,
fucking go
I
ape
wasn't
shit.
gonna say anything.
I just realized.
I'm sure we were so used to it that we would
Like I
be on
just
top of it,
open
I
up
think.
the closet door,
had-
put it
you've
on the
had-
ground, and just like drip.
We've had other things that we have to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, you all tell me.
I guess we, yeah.
Well, we didn't. Unless we're letting him out to like hunt some bunnies, like we need to give him blood. Otherwise, we open up that door and it's. I guess we leave it up to Kai.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I think he'd let us know when he starts feeling it.
I don't know.
I'm fine.
You sure?
I can throw a hair in there or two if we come across
I
them.
don't know if he's really into bunnies and shit like that, but I don't know if he's into animals, but
I mean, blood is blood, is it not?
I don't think so.
Is wine just wine?
Wine is wine. There's good wine and shit wine. I'm not saying that the rabbit is good wine. Good blood.
Like people, we're having this conversation with people from us can't go on. What the fuck?
Wide berth.
How much longer do you think you have, Kai?
I think I'll be fine for a few more days.
That's all that you think you're gonna be fine.
You do not need to push it. We are no longer on a boat.
I mean, you should tell us.
I've been good so far,
So far.
and it took me a long while before I lost control last time.
We can fill a wine bottle for him.
Of blood?
Yes. As we go, there's got to be an empty one in there, right? He had me that one. I will empty it, and then we can.
Always a door and it's just all empty.
I just see Ayla reaching across the table.
I mean, it wouldn't
We will.
spoil inside the closet, I suppose.
We will fill it and then give it to him, and he can have some on reserve.
Like, mix all our bloods together in a bottle?
So it's like a
Hot.
blood cocktail.
Gross.
Are we all gonna start wearing little vials around our necks like Billy Bob Thornton?
I was gonna say I'm Billy Bob.
We could also just do whatever we did on the ship, which was like
Yeah,
kinda
this.
take
He's got-
turns.
He still has the bandage on.
Yeah.
Remember?
Take turns, you know.
What? Fine.
Is there a band nearby?
A band?
The drumming.
A drumming? Do you hear a drumming?
You all don't hear that.
I think you need to eat something.
Freaking me out, man.
Did you take the shrooms?
Oh, no.
Oh, he took those.
He got
drugs
into
and
the
it's
drugs.
working. The drugs are working.
When did you start hearing those?
Once I came out of the closet, I assumed there was some sort of band playing drums.
Can I
I was gonna do
get up
your
and look
drum.
around? Is there like even one hippie? Like,
A hippie and a bongo somewhere.
yes, yeah.
There's always one.
There is, but it doesn't sound like deep drumming. It's more like.
Is it that?
No.
Separate from that. Is it changing or getting louder?
It's steady. Constant.
Could you hear it in the closet?
No, not till I came out.
Then I think you're hearing our slow walking friend.
He drums.
He may, I do not know, but whatever connection is there might be what he is hearing.
Maybe.
Let me see your hand.
Okay. Puts it out.
Guy takes hand and puts it over your wrist.
It's not drums. I can hear all your heartbeats.
That's not creepy at all.
Is this... I'm assuming this is new by the way you're phrasing this.
I think it's being removed for it. Removed from it for so long. I just don't think I noticed it before.
Why don't we... I'll give you some now. Okay?
Fine.
Okay. Avert your eyes. Just kidding.
Nobody look at me!
That's, I think, a 4. It's kind of fallen weird.
Yeah, that's a 4.
Yeah, that's a 4.
I can see it. It's a 4.
Does a 4 mean you took too much?
No,
Can I pull a D on that?
you take 7 points of piercing damage.
Wait, did you bite her? Or did you cut it? Cut yourself or something?
Oh, I assumed she was giving me a wrist.
No, yeah, you bit me.
Nothing to
what
see here.
friends-
They
that's
are
what
lovers.
friends do.
They're lovers. Everyone.
Someone's like, I don't give a fuck.
Shut the fuck up.
Can I get some?
I'll get some of that love.
As you settle in for the evening, Kai getting the milk drunk face that babies get when they're done. She's just like,
We just push him back
Did
in
a
the
little
closet.
hard that time.
settling in your camp, among others, and looking up the sky, clearing up for this evening and night. You can see the constellations, and Iolite, for a moment, there's a thought that perhaps Desi, who's indisposed, according to Maury, might be looking up at those stars.
American Tail style.
Fightful.
That is where we will take a break. We return to the road. What do they call this road? Did we come up with a name? The Vast Road. That's what I called it. The
Yep.
Vast Road. The Vast Road. On the way from Dahim to, well, the mountain pass. Celebration 1819, give or take. And so far it's been fairly quiet, other than the looming and foreboding knowledge that there is a creature that is following you and never too far behind, as long as Kai, or at least as long as you hope, as Kai is within the closet.
Would we be far enough that Kai would ride his horse during the day and be in the closet at night, or were we gonna wait till like we're in some mountains?
You think you're probably like 4 or 5 days away from where you left it, give or take, several hours of where it would have traveled. So during the day, as long as you're moving, you're probably moving faster than it would. But you can only move your horses so far, so.
It's up to Kai, I guess.
I think perhaps as long as I'm still moving, we're far enough away. But when we stop for the night, I'll go back in.
You just don't use the W word, okay?
Yeah, we really wish you wouldn't.
I'll mind my tongue.
That'll be a first.
It's a clear day. Totally clear.
No rain.
No
For
rain.
once.
Clears up.
That's a first time in forever. Nice.
Beautiful, cloudless day.
What's that? It's like Skyrim or something.
It's beautifully bright and warm. You're able to shed off some clothing and enjoy. You can see, you get to kind of an area where you have a little bit more of a view. There are definitely the tops of trees and whatnot, but you can see like the windiness of the road a little bit further than you normally would, and can see some folks walking along very sparsely. Way off in the distance, you might see some creature like swoop down off into the trees, but nothing nearby where you are. Theretrix either going very, very high up where you can't see him, or dipping down into the tree line to keep an eye out. Who wants to roll me another d4?
Were we going around in a circle, or were we going
She already
did
did a
last
roll,
time.
so it would
How do
be
you know?
Adam.
D4?
Right? No.
What?
Because Eldon's first, then Kethra.
Well, I was going by
that's
rolls.
That's
versus
because my
initiative.
initiative is higher. That's why.
Oh.
Oh, another one.
Oh.
Oh no.
It's 2 ones. We can't. She's not gonna let us get away with that.
That means it's a D4. It's not D20.
So maybe it doesn't suck as
She's
bad.
already.
And
she's
just a selection of
she's just
4
worried enough
completely
anyways.
innocuous things, okay?
She's
The numbers are relevant.
like a turtle.
All right, the day goes on. It's a pretty enough day. Nothing much changes. Is there anything that anyone wants to do while the suns are up?
What interesting people have we crossed paths with on this beautiful day?
It's been too quiet. We actually have only seen, we'll say, maybe an Adar patrol that's going from one of the side stops, like side houses, road stops, to another. And they don't really stop to speak with you. They're very professionally keeping an eye out. They just nod. Again, typically Dragonborn that you see. No keepers.
As we pass them, I greet them. What news from up ahead?
What news do you mean?
No, news. Is there anything we should know about as we continue on this road? Dangers? Points of interest?
They look at each of you. Since you've stopped them, they do not have horses. They have drakes that they are riding. Not similar, but not the same. They're not spiritual drakes. These are drakes.
They don't have like wings or anything.
No wings. And one of them stops off to the side and is like looking up and down, just paying attention. The other one begins looking each of you over more intently. They had all been pretty much just willing to pass by up until now, but if you're going to engage, then
Not doing anything illegal?
we'll say red
I
dragonborn.
was going to say, except somebody's holding right now.
Hey, we're not in the city.
The red dragonborn just kind of stops on their drake, which is a black drake, and says, "I don't recognize the accent. Where are you from?"
I am from a far-off place, Yamari Island.
Not familiar.
I thought everyone was.
It's about halfway around the world from here.
Devenian.
Correct.
Yamari. I don't recognize a Devenian accent.
Well, we are No, wait. We are Aporian, right?
No.
No? Devenia?
You are
Kalia.
Callian.
I'm trying to cycle through
just start naming
all the
stuff.
king. Yeah, one of those places.
As you speak, though, he says, collation.
The what now?
You would know that is what it is called. Talia and Cassia, their combined kind of like way of speaking there is collation.
Oh, right. Yes, I am told that is correct.
The rest of you, where do you hail from?
From here.
Same as her.
Davenia, unfortunately.
Interesting group. Traveling, looking for news. What brings you to our area?
Just traveling through.
Where's your final destination?
Not sure yet.
They're with me. I'm guiding them through the mountains.
Do you have your keepers?
I'm not like wearing. I wouldn't outwardly be recognized as a keeper as such right now.
Okay.
He is our Sherpa.
Guiding through the mountains to the city.
Yes.
Not very smart.
No, we've not exactly been known for that.
Well, the keepers should be able to help you once you reach the tower. Be on the lookout for... Well, you have a guide. Basilisks, trolls, drakes, needlefangs, rocks, creatures of the night.
All that, eh?
Sounds like everything this land wants to kill you.
And other people, yes.
Yeah, sounds like home.
Stay in the group, you'll be fine.
No, I am sure we will with honorable and astute guardians of the road like yourselves.
They kind of sidle up a little bit closer to you and Estrella. And you see the drake, which is about the same size, give or take, as your horse, a little bit bigger. Just kind of like sniffs at the horse, causing them to step back a bit. You see the smile of a dragonborn just curl up a little bit at the interaction between the drake and the horse, and then just nods. And then continues on. The other one looks at you and then follows.
Not overly friendly group of inhabitants of this land, are they?
They're military.
I have
No one's friendly. in the
plenty
military.
of dealings with military. They, believe me, they are just as fun as anyone else.
That was when you were famous from a small island.
No, not necessarily. You just got to know to talk to people and engage, and usually they're fine, and they talk, and then you share drinks, and then you get the dirt on people and things and stuff, and yeah, that what was that? What is with this big scaly thing in my horsey? It was me patting my horsey.
Something you need to know about Emporians. They're standoffish. They're reptiles.
I've known plenty of reptiles,
Not from Emporia.
apparently.
You're not in Yamari anymore.
Doesn't mean they need to be rude.
But that wasn't rude to them.
Ugh.
That was pleasant. I don't think we want to see them be rude.
I'm starting not to like this place.
That's all right. Yamari kind of annoyed me anyway.
Things are easy when you're in an island paradise. Like I said before, this is not. Life is hard here. Just like everywhere else in the world. You'll see. There's not always enough food to go around. And not everybody can be saved.
Well, I'll note that.
Just thinking, like, just wait till we get to the fucking mountains. Those mountains are a rude bitch.
Days go on. We'll say it's another couple of days of travel. It's Eldon, you're almost getting nervous about how calm it's been. Not that you haven't seen or heard and you've been keeping an eye out. And almost there's a lingering, like, sense of pride that comes with that nervousness because you had never been... As you travel down this road, you know, parts of being a keeper come back, and you always had been with other keepers. And not only had you always been with other keepers, but you had been an initiate with other keepers, a keeper with no Drake, being led by others. And now there's almost this, like, if Master Andrax could see you leading this group, in a way. Yes, you're all peers, but you know the land, and they don't. You've been down this road, even if it wasn't all the way to Dahim a million times, you've been down it before, for various missions or just for practice. And without you, they have a direction, but they don't know. And so there's that little bit of moments of, like, excitement of being able to do it.
Being the big dog.
Yeah. Like, I'm doing it. And then little moments of,
am I doing it right?
am I doing it right? And no one can see me do this. And then thinking, oh, wouldn't it be nice if Master Andrax could see me? And remembering that, as far as you know, he's in a cell somewhere, not able to see you. So just a lot of different thoughts that go through your mind as you're traveling over the coming days. And just a day or two before you'll reach your crossroad, which is another thing lingering. We'll say it's afternoon. It'll take you, it's probably like the 20th, 21st of celebration. It's been hard to keep track of the days. You're able to ask people, but how reliable they are is unclear. You are all coming to the end of a particular day, sunny. The rains have staved off.
At least the roads aren't mud.
And Kai is finally being let out of the closet
His cage.
With his coffin.
for
Hey, boy, run around.
as you kind of go back and forth between being out during the day, but then little bits of nervousness to make you just want to be in there to give yourself a little bit more leeway. That just,
It's safe in the closet.
it's safe in the closet. And even looking at Kethra, sometimes you can see, you know that she's been pursued. And while this isn't pursuing her, by proxy it is, because you're there and seeing the nervousness on her face.
Oh, what's another one pursuing me at this point?
She does so well hiding, most of the time. So as you all are setting up your camp a little bit outside of, little ways away, it's good to be in the groups near those roadside places, but also it's good to be separate from them. You don't want to get too comfortable with people you don't know. You're all setting up for the night, and Eldon, you notice a movement outside of your camp group there. Make a perception check.
Dun, dun, dun.
11 plus 4. 15.
Okay. You
It's like
catch.
the third 11 I've rolled tonight.
You catch a flash of white robes, which you remember from when you were alone waiting for Theratrix to come days ago, 6-7 days ago, before, actually more than that, 8 days or so, when everything first happened to him. And the little woman who you had
The
spoken
lady's
with.
back.
And all you catch are robes at first, but then you hear the voice that says, "Come, boy. This way."
Am I with everybody at the moment?
Everyone's kind of getting themselves set up.
He'll wander off, I suppose.
You feel that severing of connection between you and Theratrix again.
Shit, I forgot about that.
He's here
Should've
from the
warned-
woods.
I should have warned him. Fuck.
As you head off into the woods. Everyone else make a perception check with disadvantage. I was gonna say
Just watched
16.
Lower, correct?
You guys just watched me walk
14.
I was gonna say
And I can't add
18.
anything.
Did anybody roll above an 18?
I still add my thing.
You still had your perception.
Okay, that 21.
Okay.
There you go.
Kethra, you see Eldon head off into the woods. This might not be anything abnormal, but you notice where everyone else is getting ready. You look up and you can see Eldon step off. He could be going to take a shit for all you know, but
Kaz
you
is
did
gonna
see
go
him
to the end and go, "You taking a dump, Eldon?" And he like waves a leaf at me. Okay. Eldon went to take a shit, everyone.
Oh, good, says Ayla.
Because that's how a Kethra would tell you.
Do that girl snickle the.
Oops! Oh my god! How embarrassing.
He like waved a leaf at me, so I know that's what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
How
Yeah.
embarrassing for him.
You gotta go,
Pooping.
you gotta go.
Can't just
Everybody
apparate it away.
poops.
As everyone talks about Eldon pooping.
He can hear it as
Sorry,
he walks
Eldon.
away.
You head into the forest there. It's not like it's overgrown or anything, but you can see just like at the edge of your vision, she just keeps kind of ducking in and out of where you can see enough that you can follow her, but she's leading you kind of up. And she just keeps saying like, "Come on, come on, come on."
These bunions aren't gonna rub themselves.
Aw, and I thought taking a dump was gross. Poor
You,
Eldon.
you break through the trees at the top of a kind of not a huge hill, but a hill that overlooks the roadside stop there, and you can see your friends down below. And the older woman, the old lady, old like gnome, maybe human, maybe halfling, is sitting down, and very similar. She has this like tea set up. She's sitting cross-legged, and she just pats down on the ground for you to sit down. There's something different about her, like you had sat across from her and gotten to take in everything about her, all of the wrinkles on her face and her hair and the clothing that she wore, the robes, and there's like something a little, it's like she's not quite the same person that you saw, but is. The aura is the same, but she's appearing different in
Like
a way
her
that's
appearance
hard.
is slightly different.
Yeah.
Like, is it as if like she almost can't look the same as she did before? Like she doesn't exactly remember, like a photocopy of a photocopy or something like that, or trying to draw something from memory so she didn't remember what she looked like, or
It could be. It could be that you don't remember.
Oh,
It could
okay.
be that this is just what she looks like today.
creepy old woman.
And she doesn't say anything. She just sits. Again, she pats down next to her, but when you sit down, she kind of turns her body. Everything shifts so that she's facing you. You're still able to see out over, but it's not in your direct line of vision. In terms of your friends and everything, you'd have to look down and to the side. And her tea pours itself into a cup for you and for herself. She takes a sip, and you sit there for several minutes in silence, just enjoying the tea. The rest of you, while this is happening, Theratrix comes down to you all, over to the edge of where you're all at, and just sits looking very pensive, but doesn't say anything, just quietly observing all of you.
Nyx will run over and rub up against Theratrix like, hi.
Yeah, Theratrix doesn't say anything at all. It's just like a ball of tension.
And Nyx slaps him.
Just,
It's that video, the cat that punches everyone in the face.
And he's like, hello. Trying to be a good
looks
friend.
at Nyx and is just nudges his head up against him.
And he does a little headbutt to
And
him.
that's all they do.
Is it just me, or does he look extra tense to you?
Everything okay?
Everything is fine.
Yes, that is
And that doesn't make me think
exactly
that
what
everything's
someone
fine.
would say.
That
That
response does
means
not
everything
make
is
me
fine.
believe everything is fine.
fine, Mom.
My room.
After several minutes of sitting with the woman, she looks at you and says,
Oh, that felt better.
"How are you feeling about the decision that you must make? Hours from now. Or days, if you wait, if you let it simmer. If you don't move forward."
Still unsure. I haven't decided yet.
North or west? Very different directions.
Well, I'm torn because I'd like to see what these liberators do. But I have an old friend that I need to help. He needs me.
Oh, he does. Is that what you believe?
Yes.
Why?
Because I was told that he's being held, looking for information that he was not supposed to be.
But isn't he being held by your friends? Not enemies.
I feel like that line blurs sometimes.
It does. Quickly and without warning. I am very interested to see which direction you choose.
Can I be as bold as to ask why?
Because it will have consequences that I am very interested to see.
Nervously takes a sip of that tea. He just like, who is this lady? Why do you cut off Theratrix from me when we talk?
Why not? Do you need him?
He is a part of me.
He's a new part of you. But you have been you without him up until very recently. And I don't want to speak with him, I want to speak with you.
She knows what's up.
Just takes another sip. You're interested in the choice that I have to make.
Yes.
Any recommendations?
No. No, not at all.
Okay. Sorry, it was burning my throat.
But what you choose, well, it will change things. Either way. And this is one line that you cannot ride to the end. You must fall one way or the other.
I know. That's what makes it so
Interesting.
nerve-wracking. That's how I'd put it.
I guess that would be how you would put it.
I'm the one who has to make the choice. So yeah.
You are an eye that sees. One of them. And just because you see does not make it the truth. So you will have to choose what is real, what is false, what is truth, what is fiction. And in doing so, you have the potential to change the landscape of this entire region.
Not the words Eldon wanted to hear in this moment.
No pressure.
Doesn't make the choice any easier knowing that.
I apologize if you think that was my intent.
I suppose it wasn't. Well, maybe we'll just sit and enjoy the tea.
And what of your friends? Which direction do you think they would want you to go if they knew?
Well, one of us wants to travel north to the... What were they called?
The meadows.
Towards the meadows. Past the city.
Yes, yes.
I think the others are mostly along for the ride. They'll trust my judgment one way or the other. But what do you know of my friends?
What don't I know? I know that you are traveling with a group of very brave people.
Smile at that.
Brave, but selfish.
It's very fair. Absolutely fair.
I know you're with a bunch of brave assholes.
None of you have been willing to sacrifice anything of true value. Sacrifices have been made, absolutely, but none of them made while standing in the face of danger with no guarantee of your own life on the other side of it.
We're all willing to make that sacrifice.
Words are words.
Well, keep watching. You'll see when the time comes.
Oh, I will. I'm looking forward to it.
I can't say the same, but since the last time we talked, I've been thinking that you can either have a strong character or an easy life. You can't have both, because one always costs the other. And I don't think myself or any of my friends are looking for an easy life.
That's good. None of you will get it.
That's disappointing.
We already knew that. I had an idea that was gonna. Of course not.
None of you have had it. And any chasing of it has been foolish and amusing. I'll admit you only just recently caught my eye. So much going on. But there is chaos to the north. And I am interested to see what sacrifices you all make to end it or continue it.
Who are you?
She looks up, and it is the 20th.
Like how you wait till well into the second conversation with the stranger to finally ask who she
No, he asked the
Did he
first
ask the
time.
first time? No, I didn't think he did.
They were just evasive.
She looks up into the sky, and the suns are setting. The siblings up in the heavens are starting to become brighter. This night, Naclear, the teal youngest of the siblings, the teal moon is the brightest and fullest. Naclear is full tonight. Caius is waxing gibbous, mostly there. The twins are kind of half, and there's only a sliver of Iara in the sky. The biggest white moon has the longest cycle. It takes 3 months for there to be even a full moon that comes around. She just looks up at all of them, kind of lingers in the direction. The moons are always scattered. There is no rhyme or reason to like where they sit in the sky at any given point, unless they are in a line. But there's no like, oh, you'd expect to see Naclear here on this night and over here. They're just wherever they want to be. And she just kind of lingers on Naclear a little bit. And she says, they like to say that I have a porcelain face. Beautiful, fragile, despite the cracks on the surface. They misunderstand me. Don't make that mistake.
No.
It's chaos up there. And again, she's looking up in the heavens. It's been a while since anything truly crazy happened. Don't you think?
Yes. The last big one that happened, I think, was that the one with like the swamp and the desert? Like anything that was desert became like bog and swamp.
The last thing
I think that was like 50, 60 years ago or something. Like the world spanning one.
was 13. So, yes, like world spanning 1369, there was, wherever there was dry desert, became swamp. Then in 1398, there was the meteor shower. And in 1401, between Vitano and Circe, which is out on the other continent, was when gravity shifts happened, but it wouldn't have affected the Emporians.
I suppose it's been some time before I was born.
This next one will be interesting because it won't come from those above. It'll all be driven by you all. And no one knows it but you.
This just Eldon thought he had weight on him before. Like he thought like the heaviness of that decision, and then it would just it's like crushing now.
Do you think if those who passed by you all knew that you hold the future in your collective grip, they would help you or destroy you? It's an interesting thought experiment.
I think they'd have to already know what happened to make that decision.
Far to the north. Beyond the Begoria region, beyond the meadows. That is truly where the decision that you make here will kickstart the chaos that will occur after. And you cannot avoid the chaos. There is never order. There is only change.
Just have to see what comes, I suppose.
Yes, we will. She takes another sip. Too many teeth as she smiles.
Old lady. Eldon's just gonna keep sipping the tea at this point. Like, this lady freaks him out. Every time he talks to her. He just feels worse and worse. Will I see you again?
Who's to say?
See you on the other side, I guess. This decision.
You are the eye that sees.
Eldon will remember that.
One of them, anyway.
Fuck, I can't remember the Liberator, the guy.
Zaruk.
Varuk, thank you. I have it written down, but I don't want to go through them. Is he the other?
I think you know the answer to that. Would it matter?
If it were him?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose.
Why?
Because he's the only other one like me. That I know of.
What does that mean to you?
Oh. There's a want to know why. And what makes me and him, her, him,
Him.
alike. Why us? Why are his methods so different from what I was shown, what I was taught, what I was told that was right? And if what they actually say about Vascan Veterix being locked inside, needing to be freed, if that's even true.
I can't wait to find out.
I'm sure you can't.
Will we see with eyes open? And she stares up again at the moons. Or will we be blinded? Gouge one eye out. Squinting. These are all different options, and I don't know. I won't make the decision, and I won't stand in your way.
I feel so lost.
Get used to it.
You got a lot of boomer energy.
I know.
Like lots of boomer energy.
Pull yourself up by the bootstraps.
I bet you bought your house for $60,000 and paid it off with a minimum wage job.
10,000, but
And my car was too.
my master's degrees cost $720. Go back to your friends. Take the tea.
Okay. Just starts like scooping up all the tea stuff, I guess.
She just watches you. She's so amused.
I meant just a cup.
As always, thank you for the tea and the terribly cryptic words.
Always.
He's gonna turn and walk down.
I'll let your baby find you now. You feel the connection come back to Theratrix. The rest of you sitting down below see Theratrix's head like kind of snap up, and then he moves off into the forest and disappears.
He's done taking a shit.
Guess he's feeling better.
This fucking lady freaks me out.
It's like
every
a,
time.
She's a creepy old lady.
He's like a cat. That Theratrix. That one that doesn't shut up.
He,
See, Theratrix, one that doesn't shut up, he almost never talks.
and when he does,
Theratrix reaches you, but from up above, and just kind of hangs out, following you on the branches of trees as you're walking through, and only says, "Are you all right?"
I think so, yeah. Yeah. It was that same woman. I use that term loosely. From before. I don't know how she can cut the connection, but she says she only is interested in talking to me. So that's why that happens.
You feel there's a like hurt and fear in that, acknowledging that that comes from him. Why does she only want to speak with you?
I don't know.
She's clearly very powerful.
She's not something that I really understand. She keeps talking about a choice, the choice that I have to make, what direction to go. If we go west, or if we head north to Skyholm.
Has she told you which direction?
Say that again?
Has she told you which direction you should go?
No. Seems more interested in seeing which path we take and what results from it. No real advice or recommendation. But have you been all right? You've been quiet ever since I showed you that memory vessel.
Yes, I've just been concerned that you would allow it to get in the way
Of?
of making the right decision.
And what do you think the right decision is, Theratrix?
I believe that we are part of something bigger, and that it's our destiny to bring forth the change that brings us back into the whole being.
And do you think that lay with the Keepers or the Liberators?
I think that we are part of a pair. And that only with eyes open can Vascan Veterix be free.
That's almost exactly what she said. Something about being able to see. I'm one of the eyes.
The eyes that see.
Is that something that you've heard
Yes,
when you were on that other plane?
it is.
I'm torn, Theratrix. I want to go and help Master Andrax. But I also want to seek out this Farouk, the one that's like us.
I don't believe Master Andrax is in any danger. And I don't know what you or I would do to release him from where he is if the keepers want to keep him.
Yeah. We still have a couple more days to decide.
Yes, we do.
Just silent the rest of the walk.
He says, as you get closer to the group, I hope she does not come back and do that again. It feels unnatural. I feel like I am floating and untethered. And that one wrong move and I won't come back.
I don't like it either. You're right, it does feel wrong. Like a part of my heart has been cut out when that happens. But I can't stop her from doing that at this point. I don't know what she is. She's beyond my understanding. She knows things. She knows of us, the group, the woven fates, the choices that we have to make. And that scares me.
Perhaps Vascan Veterix can stop her from ever doing that again. When we bring him back together.
Perhaps. Did the others notice that I was gone?
I believe so, although I think they believe that you went to shit in the woods.
I was like hoping that you were going to. I was trying to like tee you up for that.
I did not correct them. I didn't want to worry any of them. But you were gone for quite some time.
How long has it been?
Many, many, many minutes. Many more minutes than a shit normally takes.
It's those berries.
Oh.
I might have to tell everybody. Did Eldon tell Iolite about this lady? I don't think I did.
I don't think you
I don't
said what
think-
you
I mean,
guys
you
did
all have
like
been
2
traveling
days.
together, so
Yeah, but I
whatever
was
you
supposed-
say you said to each other, I'm just going with it. 'Cause-
No, that would have been an
okay.
actual conversation to have.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Might be time to tell the others very soon. Excuse me.
Excuse me while I die in the corner.
And he died.
You return to the group.
Do you walk back with like an armful of tea stuff? Do you walk back with like an armful of tea shit?
He's got a
And
yeah.
I
Kethra's
have
gonna
a
be like-
teacup.
And Kethra's gonna look at you and goes, is that a teacup?
Did you shit a tea set?
Yes, thank you, Ayla. That's what I was
Is
asking.
that like how was it just the two tea cup, or was it like a full tea set?
You said you took all the
yeah, full
things.
tea
I
set,
did.
yeah.
So is it enough for my friends?
Yep.
Yes.
It
I'll
almost-
make everyone tea.
Seemed like it
I don't think I
multiplied as
want
you
that
walked.
tea.
Yeah, no,
I don't-
you're
that-
setting up the
you
tea
just
set,
came
and
back
we're like,
from shitting with a tea set. I'm thinking you shit out the tea set. So like, Eldon,
This is
wait,
a magical
you
word.
went to go take a shit, and
I
you
didn't.
came back with a tea
I
set.
didn't. Who said I was taking a? What?
You waved a leaf at
You
me.
leaf-
That was pretty much a universal
I didn't even have a
sign that
leaf in my hand. I whipped my hand at you.
I saw a leaf.
did you wash that hand?
I didn't shit.
Oh,
And yet you come
constipated?
back with tea. Where did you find tea?
And me taking a shit and shitting out the tea set is your conclusion.
Isla.
That's the
Ayla,
natural
you should
thought
give him
process.
a few of those sharp berries because he's constipated. You didn't shit.
You do know that I would have to eat a tea set to shit a tea set.
Well,
Did you eat a
Did
tea
you rob the tea set from somebody in the woods?
No, it was a gift.
From
From
a
who?
shit
Rob a tea
fairy?
set.
Why the shit? What is?
No one's ever gonna believe that you did not shit out a tea set.
Who gave you a tea set? What's her name?
I don't know.
Ruh-roh.
I don't know her name.
Is it like a
That's
moon
worse.
pattern on the
That's
tea?
worse.
Oh yeah.
The
what is
tea
it?
set is porcelain white with cracks, dark. Each one has one long, dark crack in it that doesn't seem to go all the way through. That feels like kind of raised and black. Beautiful white, almost pure white tea set with one big crack along the inside. Or outside, but along it at the edge.
And you've broken them all. Were you swinging that bag around as you were coming back?
You're gonna have to explain that tea set. Sorry.
A few days ago, when I had first fled from the town, from Daim, I had met this old woman. I don't know how else to explain her. She's not a normal person. She's very powerful. She was able to sever the connection temporarily between me and Theratrix. It's how he didn't know exactly where I was when you came. And she makes tea. It's very good tea. I didn't shit the tea out. And she speaks to me about things.
Ayla walks over and puts the back of her hand on his forehead to check for fever.
I'm not fucking. I'm not sick. She tells me about chaos and choices that I have to make. The direction that we have to go. That I have to choose where we go in this time and what we do, and that it will have far-reaching implications far to the north, where she says the real chaos is.
Have you ever thought that maybe drinking tea from a stranger in the woods is not a good idea because it is laced with hallucinogenic properties?
He just a long sip of that good tea. It's that good.
Why did she say it had to be your choice?
I don't know. Something about being the eye that sees. That what I see and decide will determine what's real.
That's quite heavy.
I know. It's been weighing on me for days.
Glad I'm not the eye that sees.
All right, then let's talk this out. You said the decision is whether we travel north or to the west.
Right.
What is at the end of each of those roads?
If we stop at Walgrove and go west, I believe on this map is possibly the location of the Liberators. Think of them as a splinter group of the Keepers. They have similar powers, and they have someone like me. A man named Varuk. Zaruk. Thank you, God.
There's the
Not
old
just
lady's
there.
Yeah, the
voice.
lady just
And this location to the west is from that memory stone.
Yes. North, Skyhome, where I'm from, or one of the places where I'm from, and that's the Keeper's Citadel. Master Andrax is. I was told by the Maven Obscura that he needs my help. That's what I thought my purpose was coming back here. But I'm confused. I don't know which way to go.
And she said there's chaos that is waiting to the north,
Far to the north.
beyond Skyhome.
Beyond Skyhome. Beyond the bogs. Beyond the meadows.
Theratrix comes down from the trees and then actually comes up behind Kethra and just kind of wraps slightly around you, Kethra, with his head just below your shoulder, looking at Eldon.
Do you want to cuddle, Theratrix?
Theratrix looks at you, Kethra. No.
Oh, okay.
That thing you do, Kethra, when you read people. You tried before, and it didn't work.
Do you want me to try again?
I think so.
As always, I don't know what I'm going to say to you. Are you sure you're ready for that?
I don't really have a choice.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you're not going to hate me at the end of this.
Perhaps we do this more secluded away from.
You're fine where you're at. Yeah.
I do not want to scare the locals.
Ah, the hell with the locals.
I'm one of the
You're
I'm
far-
one of the
you're-
locals.
You're far enough away from, like, looking around, you're far enough away from folks that you don't have to worry about.
Plus, it's not like her hair fucking she doesn't go Super Saiyan or nothing.
Alright. I gotta come out. Gotta unfold myself. Alright. It's been so good so far.
So Eldon had what? Like you have to touch, right?
Yeah.
All right. So Eldon will hold out his hand,
Target is one creature.
and Theratrix is already wrapped around her.
Mm-hmm.
So what he's gonna do is he's actually gonna put a hand on Theratrix and hold his hand up to Kethra to try to like. I imagine like bridge, like making a bridge between all of us, you know.
Alright, I have to get for a friend a 14 or chosen blood and family 12. 2. So now it's gonna be a 14. No 13. This goes up 3.
You can use your reroll.
Can I use my reroll for her for that?
You can, because you can, if you describe, so if you're using your heroic action, what are you doing? And I guess if the two of you, let's say the two of you do use the heroic action together, then we'll reduce it. But you have to tell me what you're doing.
Give her tea.
As he's well, this is actually what I believe is this the first time that Eldon's actually ever touched Kethra?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, like I just think like I don't think that I've ever. Like,
Haven't
even touched her
you
hand.
tried and failed to read him
I think
before?
they only looked at each other.
I don't think I
Oh.
touched him.
I thought like you like took people's hands when you did it.
I normally do, but I think Eldon was scared. I wouldn't blame you if you were.
Oh yeah, but see, there's a reason why Eldon has avoided this whole thing before.
As Julie, I'm scared. Okay? As Kethra, I'm not. But as Julie, I'm like, this is fucking creepy. All right, so.
So Eldon, he still tastes the tea on his lips. He's very aware of the texture of the scales of Theratrix and the hand of Kethra, like that, like dry. You know what I mean? Like, and he's just hyper aware of like the sensations and everything right now, and he's trying to calm his mind and trying to almost let that weight of this decision, like he doesn't want it to cloud whatever this reading is, whatever this is happening. He doesn't want his emotions to impugn on that. So he's trying to like literally just let that melt away and clear his mind in that moment.
Okay. And what's Kethra doing?
Kethra would grab Nyx and go forehead to forehead in order to just kind of center herself and kind of tap into him a little bit and be like, just because Nyx has always been her safe place, so to help keep her feel centered.
Okay. So you can roll 2 more times at the 12.
At the 12? Okay. 10.
Don't you add your spellcasting modifier to it?
Do I?
I'm pretty sure you do.
I know, like that old person level where
I gotta hold it far away.
Oh, you need to wear glasses so you can like do like
I
the pull that
do.
push them
I've been having
down
a
while
problem
you're
read
looking
everything.
at it.
I'm like, you need to hold it this far away.
It should say, yeah, I don't have it
Oh, that reminds-
written right.
You know, Bluey.
Plus
That
wisdom?
the Christmas episode where
Yes.
Bandit got the grandmother the shirt that said, "Hold on, let me get my glasses." You don't remember that? And she says,
I remember
"Oh,
that
it
one.
says something. Hold on, let me get my glasses." And then she holds it up and she reads it.
I don't think I do.
It might just be a straight roll.
Yeah, it is. Okay, we got one more, and that's at
All right.
15.
Nope, these are still 12.
Still 12. Oh,
Because you only
sweet.
rolled the once. Yep.
7. It is not meant for you, Ellen.
That's so,
So-
on brand. Like
Yeah.
it sucks, but
He's
it
yeah.
fits.
yeah.
You're pulling at something that almost like doesn't want to come forward. You can keep trying because you're still at 12. The next one will be 14.
Okay, we'll try one more time, all right? Try with a different dice.
Eldon's like squeezing her, not hurting, but like
I mean, you
squeeze-
can try until you get up to 20. At that point, you wouldn't be able
He's-
to do it.
6.
The next one is a 16 if you want to keep trying.
Do you want to
Do
use
we
Do you want to
take-
use a
I
dice
was
I was
tower
gonna say,
Tower?
does she take
You have
any
a-
kind of damage when she
with
does
your
this?
octopus thing?
No.
I was gonna say,
Where's
'cause-
my octopus? Oh, there he is.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, but this one gets stuck in it.
You are all
use that if you want.
quietly watching them attempt this.
17.
yeah.
Hey,
High five.
Hell
Up top.
yeah.
We almost hit the camera. It's
It's
okay.
alright. If we hit the camera, it would have been worth it.
You can feel everyone kind of sitting staring at the two of you, which you don't know if that helps or hurts, honestly. And Eldon releasing and trying to allow the tension to go. And the same for you, because for some reason this has just been... It's like you're pushing through two. As you look at Eldon, there's a merging of Theratrix and Eldon into one. And more specifically, looking at their eyes, and that's where your focus truly goes. And it almost like comes into these 4 eyes. Theratrix is large, kind of almost more like globes, like a... As he's gotten older and grown quickly, at first, you know, the cute little baby dragon and how big their eyes of
Little
the, you
alien
know,
heads.
little
Little alien big
alligator
eyes.
babies, and they've got these huge eyes, and then it's gotten smaller and smaller and more stern and more like firm and older, but still more like black. And then coming into the human eyes of the human that is before you.
The guy.
And they almost kind of merge from like 4 to 2 into like a single eye that you can see into as you perform this. And the words that come forth from finally being able to push past whatever barrier has been in the way are as follows. 2 eyes gaze upon a single horizon, their visions clouded by chains of the past and whispers of the future. 1 eye sees the weight of faith, a mountain that presses but does not break. The other, the spark of freedom, unbound and untamed. Together they hold the key to the great serpent's ascent, though their gaze must align to the light. Their gaze must align to light the path. Faith falters, but choice remains. Will the eye blink, or will it see clearly and unclouded? 1 step forward, and the heavens may tremble. 1 step back, and the chains may hold fast. The serpent waits, the world holds its breath, and the eyes of the future look to the stars for answers.
Kind of like let go.
You okay, Eldon?
I think so. I don't know what to do, Kethra.
I don't know what to tell you to do. I'm not the one looking down the decisions. It's not me. But I just know that you'll know what's right. You may not know now, but I know that you'll know when you're supposed to.
Thank you for trying so hard.
Yeah, it turns out he's why. Sorry, Theratrix. I had to push through both of you.
I'm gonna turn in for the night. Thank you all for being here with me.
Of course.
What are you gonna do with that tea?
He's gonna kill his own cup and like leave the rest of it.
She does one of the.
It's excellent tea. I wouldn't offer it to my friends if I didn't think there was something wrong with it. It's not shit.
It's not
And then he'll just kind of wander off to his own bedroll to like think on things.
Okay.
So what drugs did you get?
Oh, well, what do I know what they are?
Wait,
Do
drugs?
I just-
I was like, wait, drugs?
I was like,
You had
what
enough
drugs
with that
did you get?
Yeah, because you showed Eldon and like
He knew.
knew
Okay, I
what
couldn't
it
remember
was,
if we
yeah.
knew above
Yeah,
the
I
table
think,
or
did
not.
I tell her what the drugs were?
Yeah, yeah.
Dream
Dream Flake.
Yep, Dream Flake.
Fungus drugs. Should we try some?
Why the hell not? What do we got to lose at this point? It doesn't like make my arm fall off or anything like that, right?
Oh, I don't know.
It's crocodile.
Eldon, it's not gonna like make a tit fall off or anything, right?
What?
It's not gonna make my tits fall off or anything, is it?
No, you'll just see crazy stuff for a while. But be very careful.
What kind of crazy stuff?
I reach into the baggie.
She just eats a whole cap.
Why not?
I'm not waiting for him to stumble through the explanation. I'm just like,
I've never done it myself, but just be careful.
Okay.
Start with a little, and it lasts like hours, right?
It lasts for hours, yeah.
And it once
When you smoke it, if you just put it between your cheek and your gum, you have like some hallucinations and euphoric feelings for as long as it takes for it to kind of work
Get
through.
the
But if you
juices out.
smoke
Yeah,
it,
let's
it
start
lasts
small.
for hours.
Let's start
Yeah.
small and not go
Start
full
with that.
crackhead. Yeah.
Okay.
we're all just like,
Okay, here you go. All right.
She's like, here's a good time tripping.
Shove it
Guy's
in
like,
there.
I'm going back in my closet.
Is Kai
This is
having
my
any?
first time doing drugs.
Kai's like,
Oh.
what the hell do I have to lose now?
All right.
Do you want some drugs?
Just
in the
letting you
closet?
know, Eldon is not in the right frame of mind to like trip sit you guys. So you guys are
It's all right.
We
Mom.
weren't
Does he
asking.
realize
We
we're
weren't
doing
asking
this?
for it.
Yeah.
Theratrix will.
Theratrix is gonna be trip sitting us. It's okay.
Yeah, pretty much. They're just honestly, Theratrix sits, watches you all do this, and then shakes his head.
It's Theratrix
Just-
and Nyx watching both of us like, you
Yeah.
dumb motherfuckers.
Does Eldon know we did that, or is he already gone?
They're
I mean, I
Theratrix
think he's like
will tell
he's
you.
still
Okay.
he's like rolled over.
Your friends are
facing
doing
the other
drugs.
direction.
Theratrix says to
We're
Eldon.
not
your
in.
friends
We
are
like
doing
we're
drugs.
outside, right? We're not in like a room.
No, you're in.
No, I didn't know if he
I mean,
was,
no,
like,
you're in your little
we're
camp.
looking at a little.
When did our
Little
campsite
side-
become a drug den?
No,
It's
he
Eldon.
just,
We're literally doing drugs around the fire right now.
yeah. But he's just like,
our own
like,
little opioid
laying on
tent.
his side, and
Opium
he's
tent.
on his bedroll, being a very sad boy. While his friends
And
are
then you
getting
hear
high.
in your head, your brave companions have all taken a hallucinogen.
But he has some heavy shit going on. We listened to that heavy shit.
Hey, I saw
We're
that heavy
She
shit.
saw the heavy shit. We're just unwinding
Why
from the
not?
heavy shit.
Why
Hey, you do your thing. Theratrix does not
not have to
approve.
justify it?
Theratrix doesn't approve.
Isla has a
do.
substance abuse problem.
If
justify
Theratrix
anything to
approves,
him.
then we are very, very straight edge. If Theratrix approves,
All right.
Nyx is fine with it though. Nyx is like, I can't wait to tell Kethra everything you all fucking did tomorrow. I cannot wait. I can't wait.
What dragons did we fight in this house?
No.
Well,
Trying to
I
drag
mean,
off like the countertop inside the building.
I know, you guys are about to fight gods.
You wanna roll a d100 to see what your hallucinations are like?
I do. Someone
I'm
give me
gonna-
a big D100. Where's
Not
that?
those things.
No,
Those
those
things
are
always
the
go bad for us.
worst.
All right.
Do you want to use the
awful.
pretty crystal one or the pretty gem one?
Ooh. That's good for tripping.
They feel
We're gonna
so
go
good.
with Miles.
Don't those feel beautiful?
Like I would sit here for 2 hours just doing this.
I had to stop myself earlier.
59.
Izzi got them for me last week. I was like, I could crystal
So,
I
Ayla.
won.
She's like, I want to play with them. Everybody's free to play with them.
Nothing crazy. Like you haven't taken enough to make this be like mind blasting or whatever, but you start to see all of these like multicolored insects that start to come up out of the ground, like beetles that are brightly
You're
colored.
in my
And
fucking skin, man.
you're just kind of watching the ground as they're coming up, and then they're all like dancing and sharing tea together. And
It's all the
Ketra's
characters from
dancing
a
with
Bug
the bugs.
Life just like, crawling out of the ground and they just start
Ketra's
dancing.
dancing with the bugs.
Oh, great.
what does Iolite see?
After all.
Fuck 'em to Joe's
73.
apartment. Do-do-do-do-do-do. What did you roll?
73.
You see as you're all witnessing kind of your own thing here. So Ayla, you are seeing the multicolored bugs, and then Iolite, you look and you see this parade of like pink elephants that starts walking down the road.
Oh, the
Classic.
Dumbo!
Classic.
That is terrifying.
Pink elephants on parade.
Yeah, that's what you see. It's just happy, like as
Having
you're
a great
chewing on
time.
the yeah.
And the funny thing is,
well.
we all think we're all saying the same
Yep,
thing. It's
you
like
all
when you
do.
go to one of those white parties and everybody's on different radio stations dancing. You take it off. Everybody's like, all you hear is silent footsteps.
Shuffling.
Let me put this one on because this is your night music.
Oh, I thought you were gonna put something trippy, like some Grateful Dead,
I don't have anything that I can put.
We'll see if I have bugs or elephants.
some fish.
49.
49.
And you're all dead. Sorry.
You see colorful frogs that start raining from the sky. They're just kind of like, and before they hit the ground and splatter into pieces or anything, as you're expecting, because you're Kethra, they actually just kind of like disappear into. So it's just like you're watching all of these multicolored frogs just kind of rain down, and then they're like, they wave
like, what
they
the
go
fuck?
down.
They get little canes and top.
Oh.
if your closet is still out, Nyx is like clawing at the closet. Like,
They hit the
help
ground.
me.
They hit the ground and bounce into colorful bugs and elephants.
Colorful bugs and elephants.
24.
24. Is
It's
Kai
gonna be something
get-
horrific, probably.
Come on.
Use the crystal one.
Sky, come on.
Sorry, I didn't see the crystals.
It's okay.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I should give this one to you or
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
because it like fits pretty well.
How many
But
dead
it's also
bodies
a little
is he?
sad.
Oh,
It's
It's
Kai.
raining
It's
blood.
You want me to go
Kai.
for it,
He
or you
needs
want me to make
something
it
sad.
It's
funny?
just raining blood or
let's-
something like
let's
that.
go for it.
All right, so we're gonna read exactly what this one. I altered the other ones, but you rolled a 24, and so the dice are speaking. So as you're watching them, all they're like smiling, and you know, Iolite's definitely watching something past your head, walking down the. You can see Kethra's just looking and waving every once in a while as a frog's like, "Hello, miss."
Hello,
ground.
my honey.
Hello, my red
Isla's just like shimmying to bugs that are doing, there's a praying mantis that's shifting into water. What was I going to say? Not watercolors. Tie-dye colors, and then it's doing a shimmy.
Have you seen the stick bug, the dancing stick bug?
Yes. And then you, though. Malachi Morningstar.
I want it to be like you just hear, "Quack!" And it's just a crow that just stares at you.
As you watch everyone else, your eyes just kind of like linger over, and you look and can see Eldon, who is actually facing you at this point, and you can see that he seems to be sleeping soundly. It's been a little bit. You're all been taking your time, but one eyelid is kind of flickering as he's dreaming, and this music is not fitting what's about to happen here. So,
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
you start to like get up and you get a little bit closer to him, and as you do, like you get down close into his face, and then all of a sudden his eyes just flick open and smoke begins coming out of his eyes, his ears, his mouth, and one hand reaches up and he grabs onto your shirt, and he smiles and he says, "So hungry, so tired of waiting,"
I'm
in
hungry.
this very deep rumble.
Dude, you're gonna be dinner.
It's almost more fitting of instead of smoke if it was blood.
Oh god.
That would just make it very bad.
Ugh.
So he's holding on to you right now and just said, "So hungry, so tired of waiting."
Even if it wakes him up, Kai's gonna shove him.
Okay. You get awakened by Kai pushing you out of the way.
Fuck, man.
Theratrix comes right up in between the two of you. Immediately, the rest of you are just like, "Yay!"
Having the best time with my frog friends.
Is his face still all messed up, or was shoving him?
Roll a, let's say, in wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm so good at those. Oh, 21.
Okay. You kind of like blink your eyes, and Eldon is looking at you totally normal with a very confused look on his face.
Sorry, not feeling myself.
You think it might have been the drugs? the hallucinogenics that are specifically created so you're not yourself?
Did someone say drugs? I'll take some.
I
It's
think we already did.
We already had some.
it's a very real possibility.
Dude, we all got the good shrooms, and he got the fucking scarecrow's fear toxin.
I think it's just Kai.
It's just Kai.
Those things just take the inside
No
and
such
bring it
thing
out.
as a good trip for Kai.
Kai, are you sleeping outside or in the closet tonight?
Kai will go back into his tomb.
Get your ass in the
Eldon would
closet.
recommend that he waits until the effects wear off before he goes into the coffin.
Just Kai,
And
listen.
then very annoyedly watches the other three, like as they trip. Like I imagine it as if like he's sitting on his bedroll, like or like on a log watching, but Theratrix is right next to him doing the same, and they look like you know when somebody owns a dog long enough, and then the pet and the guy start to look the same. It's very much like that. Like that. They both have like a very annoyed countenance on their face right now. Just watching these three have the time of their life after he was just hit with like real heavy shit. Everyone's like, let's do some drugs.
What else are we gonna do?
So Kai, as you close the door, or maybe Eldon closes the door behind you,
He kicks that door shut.
He slams the door.
and you find yourself back in the room, sitting down in the room of the closet. It's not a room; it's a closet. I think was this be better?
A hand reaches in, grabs a bottle of rum, and then shuts the door again.
It has a little donkey door on it.
No, it just cracks open. You
Yeah, I was
see.
gonna say
Little arm door.
It's not really like instead of like drawing the whole big door, you just drew like a little
Tiny one.
Like, dude, I just meant
Cabinet door.
like a cubby hole.
Is that possible? I wonder if you
I don't think so, unless the DM changes the nature of the.
You can draw the door any size, though, right?
I think it has to be a full-size door.
It has to be a full square with that you could fit the doorknob on,
Oh,
So I mean,
and whatever you
could-
reach through.
right here,
Yeah,
just a little.
It could be little, yeah.
right.
but then you'd have to be able to reach whatever's there.
Just hoping guys
Just gotta
won't
reach
notice.
with the tail. 'Cause the tail's a little longer.
a little longer.
just you can't remember. You can't see what you're reaching for. So watch out.
Guys just watching and not
That's
helping.
not rum.
That's not a bottle.
Not the bottleneck, friend.
The door closes behind you, and now you are in that closet again. And it doesn't take long for you to go to sleep. And it's been days since you dreamed. Your dreams have been full, like, it's been tough because it's either like darkness or this feeling of being pursued. The monster has kind of been in your dreams, taking up space that is normally reserved for whatever the Raven Queen has wanted to share. And right now, you're not sure what has changed, but perhaps the drugs. This is the variable that was added into
Sorry.
the situation.
That should be the episode name. Perhaps the drugs.
And for the first time in a while, you find yourself dreaming. I think I had you make some. Did I have you make any rolls?
Don't think so.
Oh, okay. Maybe I made the rolls for you. The normal darkness, the feeling of walking, her face that keeps disappearing. And then finally, again, you find yourself standing in a grand hall. I wonder if this music would be better. I need to find the right music.
Donkey Kong music.
Need to get you like a radio soundboard so you can just press a button.
I know I have so many good ones. Maybe this one will be better. Okay. It's gonna be good enough.
There's a little rain to cast mirror to it.
You stand in the grand hall of the Raven Queen's dominion, its obsidian walls alive with flickering shadows. Your voice echoes, raw and desperate, fueled by anger and fear. Where is he? You demand, your fists clenched so tightly they tremble. Where is Loris? Your heart pounds with an unrelenting beat, each thud a reminder of how little you know. You focus on the imposing figure before you. The darkness enfolds her like wings in silent judgment, her eyes fathomless. The taste of copper clings to your tongue, remnants of the words you can hardly force out. You have never dared to raise your voice to her like this, but your concern for Loris outweighs your fear. You observe him from your silent perch, seated upon your throne hewn from the bones of forgotten kings. He glares at you, wounded pride and worry etched into every line of his face. When did your champion grow so old? So weary? How many hundreds of years has he been alive now, and only in this moment does he look tired? You tilt your head, letting the shadows shift around you, a living tapestry of your domain. The mortal turned immortal dares to question your authority yet again. Your friend has gone, champion, you say, your voice echoing through the chamber, each syllable measured and calm. You do not tell him the truth, that you sent Loris on a perilous mission against a vampire you knew he could not face alone. Instead, you weave your words in half-truths and implications. He sought to prove his worth. Perhaps he wished to show you he was your equal, or your better. You reel at her explanation, an ache forming in your chest. He wouldn't just leave, you insist through gritted teeth. The need to protect Loris radiates through every fiber of your being. You slam a fist against the cold stone wall, the pain grounding you. He wouldn't go off like that without a word, not unless... But you can't complete the thought, because the answer you fear is written in the void that is her eyes, and you don't want to believe it. Still, you press on, your voice cracking. Tell me where he went. I will bring him back. You let the silence linger, savoring your power. He is gone, you repeat, your tone even. How easily you feign ignorance. You watch the flicker of panic behind his anger, and for a moment, there's a pang of something in your chest. Remorse, doubt. But you are the Raven Queen, and regrets are for those who cannot see the greater design. You lift a hand to still him. If he does not return, that is his choice. Make a Constitution saving throw.
That would have been a 13, but I'm gonna toss him this thing to see if we can do a little better. We can. That's a 14.
14 is what you needed.
Oh.
Or else I would have stopped. You grit your teeth. Frustration warring with the cold that seeps into your soul. His choice, you snarl. Rage and worry coil tight in your stomach. I don't believe that. Everything in you screams that she's withholding the truth. You close your eyes, forcing the rage aside. The vow forms on your tongue before you can stop it. I will find him, and until I do, I will not heed your calls to action. The moment you speak, your heart thunderclaps in your chest. You've justified a goddess. But the thought of Loris alone, possibly facing dangers beyond his skill, burns hotter than any fear. Your eyes lock on hers, steeled with conviction. I owe him that much. Make another Constitution saving throw.
23.
You watch him turn on his heel, the echo of his footfalls sharp against the marble floors. His defiance sends a ripple through your realm, as though the shadows themselves bristle at the challenge. For just an instant, you feel your confidence waver, the tug of guilt or doubt, an emotion you rarely indulge, stirs in the distant recesses of your brain. Then you steady yourself. You are the Raven Queen. You do not err. If your champion chooses to bite at the hand that raised him, so be it. And yet, as you watch him vanish into the darkness, resolute on finding the elf, you cannot help the faint chill coursing through your immortal veins. A fleeting moment of hesitation clouds your certainty, and then it's gone. You stand, silent in your domain, ever watchful, ever unyielding. Even gods, it seems, can feel the weight of what must be done. And this had to be done. This had to be done. This, and it just repeats. Until you wake. The next day. Or what you assume is the next day.
Who knows? I mean,
The closet.
I'm awake now.
getting more and more of the puzzle. A few more pieces.
You continue on. Celebration 22. As
So
you
next day music. Do
wake up.
Do they have a hangover?
you get a hangover from?
No, I don't think so.
You don't feel great after you do them.
I think you're all right because you only took the one.
Rum was for breakfast.
And then it's time to head off. Does Kai come out of his hidey hole?
Kethra's in
Does it-
charge of the
Does
knob.
anyone let him out?
Yes, she is. It's like, get your ass out of. Get your ass out. She'll open it and go, get your ass out.
Where did you draw the door? From the ground?
Yep. So you gotta like crawl up and out like this, and she's like,
No, 'cause he's gonna use his boots and just jump, just like he almost just like steps out, just jumps right
see,
from the
you
ground.
make it no fun to fuck with you.
He's so cool.
Next time we need to draw it on a ceiling.
I'm gonna put it in a tree, like in a tree. So I'm gonna shimmy myself up, turn into an ape, go up to the tree, into the tree, shimmy down, and then go. Now we can come out.
Open the door.
Open the door and then slide down.
No, because you'll go to open the door.
Yeah,
and he's just
everything comes
stuck,
out.
He's just stuck on the door, but all your
Yeah,
wine
shit
bottles
falls
just
out.
smash.
It's time to head off.
Eldon will be up. Obviously, before everybody else at that point. He's like ready to go. All his stuff is packed up.
Okay.
He's waiting.
Putting the horse together.
Well, whichever direction you choose to go, that is where we'll go.
Thank you. Still, we go north. I don't have to make that choice until we hit Walgrove. It's still a few days away.
All right. Maybe we'll find more fun things along the way.
Eldon's like,
Find
fucking drug addicts.
It's bad because we had one good trip, so now we're gonna be like,
We're like,
Yeah,
they're gonna do that
know what we're doing now.
again.
let's
Yeah.
have two next time.
We know what we're doing now.
find more fun things along the way.
Find more drugs.
Ayla said. And as you traveled along the path, the day was going pretty quietly.
They did not, in fact, find fun things along the way.
Says the narrator. About 2 p.m., finding fun things along the way takes a turn. As you walking through the forest here, actually make a perception check.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody.
Dirty 20.
19.
Nat 20.
Ooh, 18.
Whoa.
10.
We are almost all on fucking high alert.
The total's 24, but it was a nat 20, so I don't know what that...
Eldon, you're the first to hear it, and you would be because
Oh no!
Oh, good last
Get to hear it
night.
first.
you stop everybody on the path, which has happened before. This isn't the first time Eldon is stopping you, nor will it be the last time, likely. So you all it's not like there's eye rolls because you're all very yeah, we got to be paying attention. But there's a little bit. It's happened so often that it's a little bit of just okay, slow down a little bit, and just take a moment. And you hear cracking out in the woods, somewhere off to your right, to the east. And you know, just kind of as your brain is assessing where you're at and just kind of paying attention to where you're on this road, you know that there's more like hills out that way, and you're just kind of again picturing where you are on your map. And as you're doing that, you hear the cracking closer and just kind of like signal to everybody. Theratrix gets up in the tree and you can tell that something is coming in your direction very quickly from the woods. You haven't seen Adar for a little while. You haven't seen many other people on the road. You don't generally see a whole lot of folks on the roads. So you are here and you are alone. What are you doing?
Does the sound familiar as those needle fang drakes?
You, in this moment, you do not. Usually what accompanies the needle fang drakes is everything going quiet. Right. Things have not gone quiet.
Can we tell if it's something like running on the ground, or is it too, like, we don't know?
It's kind of happening fast. You can tell that whatever is coming to you quickly and is not trying to be quiet about it.
Does it sound big?
It sounds like it is not a small animal, so probably your size or bigger. I'll give everybody one action to prepare.
Fuck, I forgot like how to play. I don't know what to do. I didn't have my...
You kind of like have a quick, like, what do you want to do to get ready for whatever this is that's coming? Whoever or whatever.
I'll just have a firebolt ready to go.
Okay. So, Ayla, is that verbal and somatic or just somatic? I know it's a cantrip, but VS or...
Verbal and somatic.
Yeah, so you start whispering, gathering up the heat in your hands.
Eldon will ride his horse probably 20 feet away from everybody else, like in front, and then he'll draw his bow and he'll start yelling, like so. This is on the off chance that this isn't some animal. They'll recognize that like its voices, and if it is an animal, it'll hopefully draw it towards me instead of everybody else.
Okay.
Giving like everybody else a clear shot at it.
Okay.
Like his goal is to try to make it cut across, so it's not coming through the woods, which might like deter shots or whatever. Like give the thing cover.
Okay. So you start heading in that direction, yelling and getting yourself prepped.
Kai will pull on the strap for his feather shield, and as he does, he casts free movement on
Okay.
himself.
All right.
It's daytime, right?
Yeah, it's like 2 p.m., give or take.
Honestly, it's Kethra, so she's just got a wild shape into a bear.
Okay. Hop off your horse and...
Yep.
All right.
Put Nyx in my bag, put the bag on the back of the horse, and wild shape into a... You can make me wear my bear hood now?
Yes.
Yeah,
I am going to have you do an animal handling check because this horse may have a reaction to a bear popping up.
Oh, did you not get off the horse?
No, I mean, but still a bear, like,
bear under
appearing right
Suddenly
next.
bear,
8
yeah.
plus 8 is 16.
Okay. You have created enough of a relationship with this horse that it does not bolt, but it definitely, like, rears up and backs away.
Like, holy shit!
As you are suddenly a bear.
Suddenly a bear.
It's my bear
I'm gonna ready
even though I'm not.
Starry Wisp. It's a cantrip.
Okay.
Right, I'm not. So
We keep copying each other's. I
you
added
got
that.
that too?
I added that last level up.
Lindsay's. Were you gonna use it now? Did I
No.
steal your idea?
No.
Okay.
Okay. As you all like prep yourselves, Eldon starts riding down the like 20 feet away from you, turning around, yelling. Kethra becomes a bear in the space, and out from the the woods to your west, a figure bursts through, like blood covering her face, very obviously like feminine form, about your size, jet black skin, big black horns, with what you can see are like tipped with gold, wearing purple and gold and blue robes that are tattered and ripped and torn. You can see that where there had been some jewelry in the long pointed black ears, some of them have been like ripped out. This is a person who has been hurt, and they have her eyes are wide, bright blue, like piercing blue eyes that are staring at you as she comes crawling out from the forest, and all she can yell before you start to see these creatures coming in after her is she goes, "Trolls!" And that is where we are going to end the session.
Trolls!